Hvad skal vi spille på? Dansk eller engelsk?
Var det ikke det, vi blev enige om?
En på engelsk, og så opgaven på dansk?
Ja,
det tror jeg, det vi snakker om.
Vi kan også gøre det modsat, så det er rigtig besværligt.
Alting mere kompliceret. Mange tak for det.
Ja.
Life in the 10th district.
Yes.
The 10th, the city of Ravnica is divided up into several districts. It is divided up into many small parts. Into many different districts, and each district has a precinct. And a district is the equivalent of a whole country, and then each precinct is the equivalent of a whole city. And nobody knows exactly how many districts there are. But in the 10th district, life is never dull. It's a hub of constant activity, and it always offers a new opportunity. Therefore, I would like each of you to introduce your characters and what does your character do on a normal day, and what are these challenges that you face. You are new in your guilds, which means that you haven't had an opportunity to prove your worth yet. Who wants to begin?
Go for it.
Go first. Okay. So, Troik Fireside, an ex-pirate turned fort master of the Essex Guild, mostly just hauling metal and tending to the fires of the guild, but in his spare time he's working on his own personal projects, making weapons, artifacts, hoping to one day make the perfect weapon. But that day still far off, and he's perfectly aware of that. So, spends his time working, drinking, trying to do better when he can. He's made this weird little connection with some sort of, he's not really sure what it is. Maybe it's some sort of demigod or spirit or something, but suddenly he can just shoot fire out of his hands. It was a pretty weird day. But yeah, magic's pretty new to him. He's doing his best. He's trying.
It gets better.
Hell yeah. And these days, he's kind of on hard times. He's looking for some ways to get some more money in his bank, so he's willing to pick up most anything, really.
Just get that coin.
Cool. You're from the Izzard League. You like working forges and stuff. The Izzard League has... I don't know what the sun home is. That's the Boros Legion. No. The Izzard League's guild hall in the 10th district is known as Nivix. It's a tower that stands on the south side of Precinct 4. But it was not the yeah, it could. So Precinct 4.
Yep.
And on this day you're working the forges?
As always. Just hauling the metals. Working the battles.
And how about Rox?
Well, Rox is a part of the group plans, but basically doesn't really think he's a part of it. He doesn't really care about plans and anything, to be honest. He's a bit kind. He's getting by normally by stealing stuff, especially older people. He really likes to steal from old people, especially rich ladies, old ladies. That's his favorite. He's pretty good at it. Besides from that, he's mainly using his skill to perfect.
Det var bare 2 kaffe?
Yep.
Ja.
Tak. Super tak.
So
he's mainly using his the clan as like a place to his safe house. So when shit goes bad, he just runs to his clan. Besides from that, he's mainly also there because a lot of goblins are there, and it's an easy place to mingle in and kinda kind of like shade, get into the shades. Besides from that, he's really want to become the greatest thief that's ever lived. He's been known throughout all of Ravnica. The most notorious thief. Yeah, that's Rocks.
The 10th district has an area north of it known as the Rubble Belt.
Rubble Belt.
See, my knowledge of Ravnica is slightly limited. But I know that there are places known as the Rubble Belt, which are areas of the city which are in complete ruin and where a lot of nature has taken over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in one of these rubble belts that you live, that Rox lives. And he lives in the rubble belt just north of Precinct 4. Where was it you were living?
Precinct 4.
Precinct 4. And you're at the south end. Okay, so we're focusing on Precinct 4.
Well, that's me. I have no idea what distinguishes them. So.
What do you look like? What does your character look like actually? You're a Minotaur, right?
Yeah.
Goblin and a Minotaur. This is not a good beginning.
A goblin and a Minotaur
Might be a
wasn't
good
so
tag
bad.
team. Might be a good tag team though. Big guy, little guy.
Alright, so Tropic, big bulky guy, owing to the Minotaur's natural strength, black fur, big metal ring in his nose, and sort of cracked and ornate horns spreading out from the side of his skull, intricate patterns from his time, not a sea, because he doesn't have a real sea, but he attended as a sky pirate. He's clad in some heavy metal rings protecting his body, and on his back there's this huge, solid steel hammer. And like right next to a shield that's also hanging by his back. On his right side, he has a warhammer, looking menacing.
Cool.
And it's pretty obvious looking at him that, like the aura around him and the smith's tooth that he has on his left side, this guy probably made all of the stuff himself.
What does Rox look like?
Well, Rox is he's around 3.5 feet tall, so that's around approximately 1 meter high. He's not really that big.
Small green goblin?
He's a green goblin, yes.
Green goblin.
He's a green goblin. He tends to wear a lot, like hooded. He's pretty hooded. Wears some leather armor, possibly something he stole from somewhere or someone. And besides from that, he's got pretty tattered clothes. And I don't think he smells that good either. Not that he cares too much about that, but he's got red eyes, he's got black hair, like pulled up behind his. He's normally wearing a hood, but it's just pulled up behind. He's actually got long hair. It's like pulled into a bun. Yeah, and he's most of the time not really talking to anyone because he's really bad with people.
And then let me introduce Precinct 4 of the 10th district. Few days or nights pass quietly in Precinct 4. Just going to close the door.
Ghost door.
Yeah, ghost door. You've lost data connectivity. Yeah. The frequent din of battle as Boros soldiers. The Boros Legion is the military force, the soldiers of Ravnica, and the din of battle as these Boros soldiers against Gruul marauders. They, along with the strange sound of volatile magic emanating from the Izzet experiments, and the occasional explosive flare-ups of goblin gang wars, keep the precinct a dynamic and dangerous place.
Actually, it might be. He actually has some connection with some of the gangs.
You actually start with 3 connections.
Oh.
1 ally, 1 rival, and then 1 non-guild. And we'll look into that in a second.
Okay.
But to start out with, we have this precinct, dynamic and dangerous place, which its buildings include ramshackle tenements damaged by conflict, impregnable fortresses and laboratories, bustling markets filled with merchants ready to defend themselves and their wares, The people of Precinct 4 are always ready for a fight. Being able to defend oneself and adapting to change are the most important qualities in this precinct. Good neighbors are your battle mates when you're fighting for your home or your life. And in this precinct, you have Nivix. Nivix is the guild hall of the Izzet League, and it is one of the tallest towers in Ravnica. It's an impressive structure, crackling with wild power, and serves as the Izzet Guild Hall. It is filled with laboratories, testing facilities, and houses inventions and innovations. To give you a little idea, and I'll show it to the stream as well.
That means there's a lot of stuff to steal, right?
An area of Precinct 4, and you have Nivix itself. And up on the northern end you have the rubble belt, and Nivix is this
So that's
structure.
in the red wastes,
Up here is the rubble belt, the waste.
which you know.
Tropic has probably never been above this level of Nivix.
And you have never tried to steal from Nivix, but
Not
it
yet.
is an
Not yet.
interesting challenge. Yeah, not yet. And I'll show the stream as well. The two different images. We have a picture of the Precinct 4 and an image of Nivix, the guild hall of the Izzet League.
How beautiful that we have the same amount of HP.
And I'm going to change some of the adventures so that our adventure takes place in Precinct 4, since that makes much more sense.
Sure.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? At the moment, right now, I'm actually trying to steal from someone. Because that's what I do. Most of
You
the
say,
time. Actually,
which
I'm
way?
trying to figure out who's my target or what my target is going to be right now.
Oh, yeah, you're following them. Well, maybe we should introduce your contacts.
Sure.
In Ravnica, when you play D&D in Ravnica, it is very common to play as part of a guild. And when you play a part of the guild, you begin with 3 contacts. Contacts that you are able to draw on during the game. Now I found the cool one, so we'll start with the cool one. And Maddie, kan du rulle
Det ved jeg ikke.
gode contacts? Kan du rulle en D8, 2 D8'er og en D10'er. Og den ene D8'er, det skal være en ally, den anden D8'er skal være en rival.
Så en 8, 2 og 1.
Og en 10'er.
Og 10. 9.
Okay. You are a goblin with a family. And it's actually,
Are the family a part of
you
the
have an
clans?
interesting family. Because the ghoul clans are several clans. In the clan that you're from, there's a chieftain. I don't know who the chieftain is, that's up to you. But what's interesting is that your brother has the ear of the chieftain. And you have a pretty good relationship with your brother. So he's one of your contacts. The other contact is your father. Your father is a renowned warrior in your clan. But you and your father don't get along
No,
at
because
all.
he's totally opposite my character. Yeah, makes sense.
And he's actually tried to kill you on a few occasions, goblins and stuff.
It just doesn't really work.
And I don't
really-
on that ledge.
Yeah, and Rox doesn't really work with people. He just kind of tends to hate people.
And your sibling, your brother is more of the in-between,
Yeah, he's like, oh, chill out, guys.
So that's 2 of your contacts. And your third contact is contact outside of the ghoul clans. It is actually a distant relative, another goblin, a goblin druid, who has occasionally tried to recruit you into the Celestia Conclave. These are a bit like the ghoul. They also believe in nature, but they believe in balance between civilization and nature, and not just raw fury. And your goblin cousin has always believed that you could strive for so much more within the Celestia Conclave than as a thief for the ghoul clans.
And I actually think the only reason that he hasn't joined is because too much of a hassle.
Christian,
Yes.
kan jeg få dig til at rulle, jeg tror det er det samme. Ja, 2 D8. Den første, det er så en god, og den anden, det er så en dårlig.
Så jeg har en etter
Ja,
og en etter.
ja.
Og
Og så en D10.
5'er.
Vi er ret gode til at slå de der D8'er der. Ja. 1 og 2 herovre, det var også vildt.
Ah, okay, der kom den.
Kan jeg rulle højere end der 7. Okay.
You are a Minotaur with also an interesting family. Or rather, not an interesting family, but an interesting heritage. Your grandfather on your father's side, well, your father and mother have met each other because both of their parents were on the board of directors of the Izzard League.
Okay.
And that's how they met. And then they had you. And you have a pretty good relationship with one of your grandfathers and a really bad relationship with your other grandfather.
Oh god.
The issue is that your good relation unfortunately doesn't outweigh the bad relation, and that's why you haven't been able to rise that much in the ranks within the Izzard League. Your third contact is actually Rox's chieftain,
Okay.
because recently,
Chieftain of which clan?
what's the name of your Gruul clan? Oh, I'll put you on the spot.
I actually think it's almost only goblins in the clan.
I think there was some like.
The Gruul Guild is actually a collection of different independent clans loosely united under one powerful leader. When you decide to join the Gruul, you can join a specific clan, and not the guild as a whole. You can blah blah blah.
The Styx clan, that's one of them. Styx, S-T-Y-X.
Yeah, that's a minor clan. There are also some larger clans if you want.
It's a minor clan. It's
The Styx clan.
It's 98% goblins. There's a few ogres, but
But recently, you actually worked on a weapon, an Izzard weapon, an advanced weapon, and you were able to facilitate a trade of this weapon to Rox's chieftain.
Okay. Some sort of really good spear.
And therefore you also have a good rapport with this chieftain. You don't know him personally, but you are able to come in contact with him and he kind of owes you a favor.
Okay. Is the chieftain an ogre or a goblin? I'm hoping for ogre.
he's a
He's a Minotaur.
He's a Minotaur for some reason. He just suddenly happens to be a Minotaur.
If he was an ogre, he was
Sure.
someone I could like look eye to eye with.
Yeah, he's
No,
definitely.
you did say it was a clan only of goblins.
Yeah, 98%. There's 2 ogres or something. But like just tagging along.
These little people are funny.
Yeah, small people. Lots of small people. That's the clan. It's basically just a lot of inbred goblins, so that's
Okay. So I have my ally Granddaddy White Bull who helped me get my job, and Granddaddy Brown Bull who doesn't like me.
What's the name of my father?
I don't know, that's up to you.
His name is. He's a mighty warrior. His name is Dorn. With an N.
Screw with some improv.
His brother is. That's Rick. His name is Rick. And yeah.
These connections also enable me to put you together. Because today is your lucky day.
Oh dear.
This afternoon, you receive a note.
Who?
Both of you.
Both of us.
Oh,
And
nice.
the note comes from Rox's chieftain. What's your chieftain's name? Rox. Maddie.
Yeah.
What's your chieftain's name?
Thinking right. His name is. His name is Drac.
Drac. D-R-A-K. Drac. A message from Drac. A note which states, I heard check today from someone who is looking for help finding something. He seems serious. Might be a good opportunity for you. Meet outside Sawtooth Prison at dusk.
And we both got this message?
Yes. You don't know you both got it, but it wouldn't surprise you that since it's a message from Drac, that there will be goblins from the Gruul clan there. You don't know that anybody else will be there.
No. I just kind of folds it together and burns it.
But it seems that it's a great opportunity for theft, in your case, and a great opportunity to
And some cash.
earn some cash, but maybe also earn some
Hammers.
crafting materials scavenged by the Gruul clans.
Yeah, okay, I can work that.
It's written between the lines that he might have something for you if you help with this stuff.
Alright then.
All right. At the appointed time, you find yourself outside the front door of the functional and unremarkable Sawtooth Prison.
Actually, I'm not in the open. I am stealthing. I'm just looking who is coming.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
I probably know some people in there.
You probably do.
19.
What's your passive perception? Your passive perception isn't high enough.
14.
All right. In the evening, outside this prison, the Minotaur tutor
Tropic.
comes walking. Light rain begins to patter on the cobblestones as the sun sets behind the spires and towers of the city. And in the shadows, the goblin Rox stands looking at the Minotaur without being seen.
Yeah. Kind of just watching this big fella.
From your hiding place, you see a male Vidalcan. Vidalcan is a blue humanoid that is known in Magic the Gathering Ravnica universe. You see a male Vidalcan, you also see him, in well-tailored clothes, come walking around a corner and approaches you, Troik. His deep blue face bears a gentle but concerned expression. He raises his hand to hail you and speaks in a low tone as his eyes takes you in. Are you here to help me find something?
If there's cash in it, I just might.
There is. I am prepared to give you 10 Xenos right now to cover any expenses you might incur during your investigation. And upon delivery, you'll receive 100 Xenos and my gratitude, which I will convey to your guild leaders. A Xeno is the equivalent of a gold coin.
Yeah.
There are two currencies. There's
Sips and Xenos.
Sips and Xenos. A sip is a copper and a Xeno is a gold. And then they come in different coins,
Perfect.
to 10 gold and to 100 gold.
Well, what's your name?
My name is Nasir Sven.
Oh.
You are?
Tropic. You got a deal, Nazius. What needs founded?
Well, his name is Krenko.
Mm-hmm.
He's the boss of a large gang of goblins that operate around Foundry Street. He was apprehended to answer for a long list of crimes, including murder.
Mm.
He allegedly incited a riot that led to the deaths of a guard or two about a week ago, and the warden decided that enough was enough and put through a transfer. So he was supposed to be transferred from one prison to another. We need someone with your particular skills to assist in the retrieval of Krenko, because he got loose
Mm.
just before sunrise this morning. He escaped during his transfer. He was transferred here from Sawtooth to another prison called Utzek, a maximum security prison, where he would spend the rest of his days.
Supposedly not.
Krenko has made a lot of enemies, but the Shattergang brothers are his biggest threat. Shadowgang Brothers is a Magic the Gathering card. They are a rival goblin gang specializing in illicit weapons, and they want Krenko dead in reprisal for the murder of one of their lieutenants. The dead lieutenant also happens to be the youngest of the 3 Shadowgang brothers. And the Shadowgang will tear apart the neighborhood to find Krenko. We need you to track down Krenko and bring him back alive. Under no circumstances should you attempt to question Krenko yourself.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me. But I don't know if you know. I don't know what bio you read on me, but I'm more of a bruiser type. I've been done bounty hunting in my earlier years, but it sounds more like an investigation. And must say, well, I'll happily take your Tensinos. I think I might need a bit more help than just myself.
I'm also surprised that you're the only one who showed up.
And then that's why when someone steps out of the shadows and says, "That's why I'm here."
Just kind of
you have
looks
reinforcements.
at guy.
Yeah.
Yes, normally we'd let the Azorius deal with the situation, but we suspect that Krenko might have had help from one of the guilds when he escaped. We are therefore enlisting, that's why I sent word to the Gruul clans for aid. And I can see that Chieftain Drek has sent a man of brute force and a goblin with a more light touch. Exactly.
Very light touch.
Pack a punch.
Alright. Little guy.
He gives each of you 10 Xenos, a pouch with 10 Xenos.
Oh, lovely.
Well,
You get 10 Xenos right now?
Yep.
Okay, I can work with you on this. I worked with goblins before, but if I find your hand in my pocket, I'll rip it off from your shoulder, got it?
You'll never see it coming, buddy. He just has this big grin on his face. Yeah, he's kind of taunting you right now.
Fucking goblins. Motherfucking
Once you have apprehended Krenko, I need you to bring him to an old Celestia granary that was damaged in a Gruul raid on the edge of the district.
goblins.
He gives you an address to where to bring Krenko when you apprehend him.
Alright.
Guess we grab.
So everything I've got so far. We got this guy, Krenko, crime boss, goblin, all that good shit. He's got captured, was on his way to some high.
Have I heard about this Krenko guy? Besides from what he tells us right now.
Do a history check. Krenko, mob boss, is also a Magic the Gathering card.
Nope, I have no clue.
So he's escaped from his transport, and now we're suspecting that he's gotten some help from one of the guilds or gangs or whatever. We gotta find him, we gotta get him to this address, and then we get paid. Right?
That's correct.
Excellent.
Okay, jeg er ret sikker på, at Krenko er en legendary goblin rogue.
Det er rigtigt, det er han.
Virkelig vildt kort, by the way.
Ja, det er et rigtig fedt kort at have.
Skønt, de valgte at kaste lidt karakter efter ham, det er fantastisk.
Yep. Vi skal jo starte et sted.
Ja,
Og
ja.
slutte et sted. Så det er nok der. Yeah.
Så han er vi kunne one-shot os begge to.
But let's find this Krenko guy and get this over with, shall we?
Ja, det skal nok blive interessant, når man putter to.
Yep.
Kommer der ikke noget reinforcements? Reinforcements, please! Hello? Ja.
Så det bare, laver han os 100 guld hver?
Ja, 100 guld hver.
Okay.
In total?
Nej, hver. Ellers er der nogen, der kommer til at dø, inden at vi er færdige.
Yeah, Sven bids you good luck and farewell, and he returns around the corner from where he came from, as light continues to dribble down now that the sun has set.
Yeah, well, the goblin just stands and looks at them.
How are you going to find Krenko?
Alright.
The goblin just turns around and looks up at the big guy and says, "If you just follow my lead, I'll make sure that you don't die."
Actually, I think he hands over a dossier on Krenko, is that correct?
Maybe.
Okay.
Don't see no.
You have an hour to impress me before I take over.
Oh yes,
So
there is.
go on, lead the way.
Well,
There's a
let's start
dossier.
by getting a drink somewhere, and I know just the place.
You know,
And I know a really
I
good
already
bar.
like you more.
Here, before he leaves, Nasius Ven has given you a dossier on Krenko with an image of the goblin, and along with there's some information written in the dossier. But it might be a good idea to find a tavern somewhere where you can.
Yeah, and I
Looking
got a good
dossier,
place.
yeah.
I got a good place.
I do too.
By the way, it's a really, really shady town.
As it should be.
And it's really cheap there. Got a lot of money to pay. Yeah, well...
Kan jeg lige få bogen?
Mhm.
Så lad mig se, hvad der står om taverns. Det er nemlig også forskelligt fra precinct til precinct. Hvad var det? Precinct 4?
Yeah.
Precinct 4.
Yes,
Tavern.
En af de fucked up
And,
alkemiske...
Der er kun eksperientielle drinks.
Laws and crime. Most of Precinct 4 is a war zone.
Huh.
War zone?
The mundane methods of law enforcement aren't always effective in such an environment.
That fits perfect for me.
Typical threats include giant monsters, unstable elementals, school raiding parties, a curfew system. Petty crimes aren't given much attention. Typical response to reported crime. Blah, blah,
That's
blah.
why I have got by, because petty crime from stealing. Oh, and I haven't been caught yet.
The Shadow Gang Brothers are a notorious goblin gang that haunts 10th Street in this precinct, dealing in weapons and explosives.
Huh?
Så står der her. Precinct 4 has a wide variation in available goods depending on the neighborhood. There's no... Foundries. Yeah, the bulwark carries many basic goods and services with weapons and armor plentiful due to the constant threat of conflict and the nearby foundries in District 6. So I imagine that
So the foundry is basically the fuel.
that
of the war
Trovik
zone.
actually works in District 6 but lives in
Sure.
Precinct 6 and lives in Precinct 4. Don't know why it says District, that's why. On 10th Street is a street that goes through all of the precincts in the 10th district. And on the street almost anything is available at the right price. Here we go. The precinct offers a wide range of food and lodging appropriate for lifestyles from squalid to wealthy. The more affluent folk of the precinct are careful not to flaunt their wealth, lest they make themselves targets for thieves such as you, Rox. So there are all kinds of taverns and bars. So anything you'd like.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Rox would know this really shady tavern where lots of his fellow associates would tend to gather.
Yeah.
So yeah, follow me. And he walks off.
I suppose lead.
What's the name of the place? And could you describe it as you enter and all of that? Imagine you're the DM, you have to describe all of this.
Yeah. It's an inn, by the way. It's not just a tavern. It's an inn, and it's called the
Grinning Knoll.
And also name that thing? I don't actually know.
It's called the Shack.
Yes, there are those.
The shack. Okay. Shack.
It's this place. What? How did it kind of look again? How's the architecture in the
Ramshackle.
ramshackle? So yeah, it's this.
It's subject to, bar fight and sometimes explosions from outside where there's a battlefield that unleashes between the boss and the ghoul.
Like I'm pretty sure when we get to the town, it's like this. It's not so big, not from the outside at least, but it's like there's one mage. There's one mage main hall.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of chairs, small chairs, and it's like a It's actually split up into small, hvad hedder sådan nogle...
Hvordan siger det på dansk?
Så du har den her, det er et stort rum, og så er der en masse sådan nogle små, hvad hedder sådan noget?
Nischer.
Ja, kind. Altså du har bordpladser for sig selv, som er delt op med sådan nogle små rum. Så det er sådan nogle masse små rum med borde rundt langs siderne.
Borde? Faktisk.
Jeg think. Du kan ligesom kopiere. Sådan nogle små kopier, hvor man kan gå ind og sætte sig
Jeg tror, det var det,
Ja. Og en kæmpe lang skranke i sådan noget meget, meget mørkt træ. Der er sådan rimelig dystert derinde. Vinduerne er heller ikke blevet pudset de sidste 30 år, ja. Generelt er det sådan en rimelig wooden sted. Rimelig mørkt, meget mørkt træ, der lugter sådan rimelig meget af sådan fugt og gammelt træ og ølrester og lidt forskelligt. Udover det, så ser det bare en general rimelig shady ud sted, og der er ikke specielt mange derinde. Der er måske sådan en 10 mennesker eller sådan noget. Blandede racer selvfølgelig. Og de fleste folk sidder sådan hver for sig inde i de der små. Og virker som om det er sådan et sted, hvor folk de kommer, laver deres business, og så går de ud igen.
Okay.
Og der er sådan en rimelig stille, der sidder en enkelt bak over hjørnet og spiller noget video, virkelig underligt musik.
Hvad er reaktionen med den her gruppe, der ser den her rimelig store militær kommer ind?
Jeg tror ikke, de fleste vil sige meget til. Der kommer rimelig meget underligt i en general herinde. Der sidder allerede en militær på her.
Right, well guy.
Jeg vil gerne købe en drink hver. Eller
Ja.
I sidder og har en drink hver. Det koster nemlig lidt. Så
Hey Marin, 2 up. Way down in the corner. I say to the barkeep.
hvem betaler?
Small buddy. Marin, the innkeeper. I'll pay.
Du betaler.
Yeah,
Du
sure.
må gerne fjerne en Zeno, og så får du en Electrum Zip, en Silver Zip og 17 Copper Zips. Så du får 1 og 17 tilbage.
Well guy, you have about 50 minutes left to impress me. How do you want to do this?
Let's just say that you keep sitting here and make sure that nothing happens. And I'll just go and inquire some questions. Some
Right.
information about this Krenko.
And
What's his face again? Krenko? Krenko? That's such a...
We have a dossier. I don't know which one of you has the dossier.
I think you have Dashu.
I think he gave it to us.
Yeah, he gave you.
Okay.
So it's up to you which one of you have.
By the way, can I have the...
What are your intelligence scores? Are you both low?
12? 12?
Oh, 12.
8.
8. Alright.
Hold on, mate.
So the brute and the brains.
So you can figure something out. If you don't, within 40 minutes, I'm gonna create a scene, okay?
Be back in 10. And I walk up to the barkeep and say, in thieves' cant to the barkeep, I say, is Oleg in the back?
You make a...
Pretty much, yeah.
Olaf, is that one of your contacts?
No,
Alright.
that's just the guy I just figured out would be in the back. No, I could say Rick. Rick is in the back, his brother.
Hey, let you see rocks disappears somewhere which is usually only authorized for you.
Yeah. He just
Personal.
downs tankards. His tankard. 2 more of his tank.
Please remove 8 zips.
Oh god.
You're down to 9.
Once I start drinking, it's hard for me to stop.
Interesting.
Why don't you get a little bit pricey in the end? But anyway, at least the Minotaur is happy.
Det er vel en nedrende stort, der skal meget til.
So yeah, I'm gonna go find
You don't have to roll anything.
No.
Not when it's your contact. Not when it's your brother. But
like
it still takes a while.
like Rick is like the charismatic guy in the family, and he kind of knows people. That's why he's really good friends.
But you drink and drink and drink, and it's a good evening. But after a while, you know, it's like the 40 minutes have passed. Rox isn't back, and Are you gonna give him more time, or are you gonna cause a scene?
He has a minute.
You're getting pretty drunk over there.
Alright. So Trovik slams down his 6 tankard on the table. Alright, listen up, you fucks. I need some information on a goblin called Krenko. Now, whoever gives me that information gets 2 of these. He holds up 2 Xenos.
Right. You can roll a persuasion or an intimidation. That's up to you.
They are equally proficient. Let's just say persuasion. 21.
Holy shit. Not bad.
All right.
Not bad. 21, right, bro? Okay.
About, you spend the evening in the shack, not together, but one of you in the back, one of you in the front, gathering information from different people. And once you've gathered all of this information, you meet up to pool whatever knowledge you've gathered. So a few hours after you've entered, you sit back in your booth and share whatever information that you've gathered.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll run this a little bit like flashback. So Rocks, we'll start with your information. You come back into the back and meet with your brother Rick, who goes, Rocks, comes over and gives you a hug. Rocks, how are you? Hi.
Rocks is like, stop touching me.
What can I help you with?
Well,
What can I help you with?
it's kind of like we got this from what's his face? What's the name? Drag sent me this letter, right? And he shows the letter. He wants me to find this blue guy. Blue guy, right? That's weird. Blue guy's weird. Anyway.
Vidalkin.
Yes, exactly. You know much more about this than I do. Anyway, this blue guy, Vidalkin, whatever you say, he told me that we have to go find someone called Krenko.
That's what he wanted.
I'm pretty sure he's a goblin, but I'm not completely sure. But he is, this Krenko guy made a mess, and we just kind of have to find him. I know that you know a lot of stuff, what goes around in this town. That's why I come to you, right? Besides from that, you, my brother, you kind of owe me a lot of stuff. You remember those 2 gold, those Xenos that you borrowed last time? Yeah. I'm gonna cash in now.
It's Krenko he's looking for. Okay, that makes a little sense.
Sense? In what way?
Well, Krenko has always been a troublemaker. All of this information is something he of course shares at the table afterwards.
I figured.
Krenko has always been a bit of a troublemaker. You see, Krenko is guildless. He's not part of any guild as such.
What a stupid ass.
And he rose to power by assembling a lot of the goblins in the district to create his own gang. And since he was captured, arrested, his gang's reputation has taken quite a hit. And a lot of other gangs, including ourselves, have been able to move in on his turf.
Right.
And it's only a matter of time before a new power struggle is played out on the street. A power struggle that we are going to win. So it is very important. Well, our clan.
Oh, cool.
So it's very important that if this is the task that this Vidalkin has given you, that you find and apprehend Krenko so that he can't unite the goblins. Because we need them. We need to take that power.
While he's talking, Rox is gonna go over to her like a barrel, the ale barrel, and she's gonna pour himself a drink, and then walks back to Rick. Yeah, I have no clue about what you told me, but I'm pretty sure you know where to find him, right?
No, that I don't. Wow. You spend about an hour,
Do you know
maybe 2.
who I would go talk to if I want to find him?
Maybe, but you spend an hour or 2 discussing who Krenko is. That he's this mob boss.
Yeah.
All of the details about, for example, that he killed one of the Shatter Gang brothers, and that he united the goblins. He's guildless, but he's created a lot of order which the ghoul wants to break apart, and which your clan then wants to take for their own in order to spread nature in the precinct.
Yeah.
You, Trovic, there's one who comes over to you, a human,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, yeah, I heard about Krenko. What do I want to share? What do I want to share? Right. I'm gonna give you. No, there's of course that. Krenko was that mob boss who got arrested some time ago for murder, for killing one of the Shadow Gang brothers, and he was being transferred from one prison to another.
Mm-hmm.
But during his transfer, there was a troop of reformers who crossed paths with the guards and distracted them with the guards with their fiery acrobatic street display. And as soon as this whole display was over, Krenko was gone.
Mm.
And that was this morning. It said that he's now hiding out somewhere here in the precinct.
Alright.
He has a lot of allies here. He's quite famous.
Yeah, okay. Sounds like some Rakdos folks. Do you know where they keep their base?
He tells you where they keep their base. The DM doesn't know. Rakdos. Page 100. Some Ravnica lore. Is it? Well, the Rakdos are a cult of demon worshippers. They have a lot of small cult areas. It's actually a good question. You actually have a better idea. I have a better idea. They usually stay away from this precinct, but it's believed that they hold up in the underworld.
Mm.
And there is a place where I saw some people move down into the sewers. It gives you an area between, an address between two streets. He goes, hey, you'll find a sewer grate. That's where I saw some people go down. Maybe that's where the Rakdos also has hidden, hiding out.
Mm.
Do you think that the Rakdos are protecting Krenko? Krenko is usually not one to affiliate himself with guilds.
Look, man, you just told me about the fact that he was the distraction squad person, fire dances and breathers and so on. That's definitely Rakdos. And I have no fucking clue why they would help him, but they did, and that's what matters. So I'm gonna find out why they did it.
Don't get my two Xenos.
Listen, one Xeno.
One Xeno.
Half of the information you gave me I already knew. Take it or leave it.
He grumbles and leaves.
Bastard. Yeah. Guess
There was something else your brother told you. Now that you hear Trovic's story, there's something your brother mentioned that was a little interesting. Yeah. How did he put it? No, the information I'm giving you is the information you have. So you have an idea of who Krenko is. and that he's hiding out somewhere in the precinct. And your friend, the Minotaur, seems to have gathered that the Rakdos have helped him escape the guards, and maybe protecting him, hiding him in the sewers somewhere.
But why would a Rakdos help an independent guy?
Beats me. He's got money and connections, right? Everyone likes money and connections.
Even the guy who actually made mobs. Just imagine if the Burroughs Legion finds out that shit's gonna go down the fan.
I'm thinking we find these Rakdos, and we push them around a bit, give them some questions, get some answers, and they'll hopefully be able to lead us to Krenko.
Yeah.
You still have the dossier unopened, with Krenko's image on the front.
Guess we'll open it. Shrug also notices at the moment, like, you left one tanker on the table. Now there's 8.
And you are a silver shorter.
Bloody hell. Is there
Yeah.
shorter? God damn it. I just look at the table and just like, well, it still looks like you're able to walk, so that's good. Are we
It's
out
the
of
middle
here?
of the night now.
So we open the dossier, get the last info we need, and then...
I mean, it would almost be an achievement to complete this adventure without reading the dossier.
Yeah, we gotta open the dossier.
Okay. So, achievement failed.
Oh,
Oh.
dang it.
The dossier explains that Krenko has been a goblin mob boss for several years, and that his turf was located around Foundry Street. He's been a person of interest in numerous crimes befitting a mobster, but managed to evade the law until recently, where he was accused of murder. He was brought into custody by Gideon Jura, a freelancer working with the Boros Legion at the time. And Krenko was found guilty of murdering Dargig, one of the Shadowgang brothers, and of assault with a deadly weapon against Gideon Jura, who arrested him.
Gideon is one of the planeswalkers, right?
And it's a freelancer working for the Boros. I don't think it's a planeswalker.
That is a planeswalker called Gideon.
It is? Is it?
Yeah.
It is a planeswalker then.
Very cool.
And he's the most badass. He's a white planeswalker.
Magic the Gathering reference again.
Yeah.
Ja, vil du være med? De kan godt bruge det,
Vi
ja.
er på en krog, det er det perfekte
Vi er på krogen! Vi er på krogen! Vi har brug for hjælp, vi er kun 2.
Jeg har brug for glemt husker, det har ikke nok.
Pre-made karakter.
Ja, vi kører premade, så det er hurtigere.
Basically er det lavet på Magic Court. Så
Jeg har det fint med at spille Rogue.
Der er lidt forskelligt.
Hvad mangler de? Har I nogle healer?
Altså, der er en Rakdos Corpus. Det er nok ikke så god en idé med en Rakdos for nuværende tidspunkt.
Hvad mindre vi bare gerne vil dø.
Dem der de måske heller ikke så gode, det er Zorius. Her har vi noget. Vi har en Barbarian Goblin fra Guru. Vi har en Elf Druid fra The Simic. Vi har en Goblin Druid fra Guru. Den er også meget god. Vi har en Simic Hybrid Monk. Og grund til, at jeg lige fjerner de der Rakdos, det er fordi, jeg har lige gjort Rakdos til deres fjende, så...
Fjende, jeg har bare tænkt mig at skubbe dem en smule hårdt.
Nej, bare fordi, at bare fordi Rakdos er en fjende, så kan de jo godt have en Rakdos på hold, som de stoler på.
Det er rigtigt. Og det er så den her Cult Guild Mage, hvis du meget kan spille med en Rakdos Rogue, Human Rogue. Ideen er, at det bliver en Arcane Trickster, hvis du kender til det.
Ja.
By the way, vi er en Cleric, og jeg spiller også Rogue.
Spiller også Rogue. Så tager Barbarian.
Goblin Barbarian, det er også. Det er next level. Det er next level på Barbarian som Goblin, det er fedt.
Så er det da
Goblin
På til
Berserker.
det evige koncept, den
Nu vil jeg også lige
top
vi
i
streamer
det
faktisk.
top.
Ja,
Både på Kelsors side og på vores Twitch.
Ja.
Så bare så du er klar over det.
Ja. Nu ved jeg ikke, hvor lang tid jeg kan være her, fordi at, kæresten er også med, men...
Ja, men du spiller bare, så længe du har lyst til det. Du må også gerne være med.
Vi irriterer nok, skal
Du smutter bare noget med det.
Yes.
Hun er også velkommen til at være med, så hun vil være med.
Ja. Lige nu, der ligger hun inde på værelset, fordi hun har lidt ondt i ryggen.
Ja, så.
Det kunne egentlig være, at jeg skulle hente mine terninger så.
Vi har...
Ellers har vi det.
Jeg har egne terninger med.
Du henter
Jeg kommer hjem til det. Nej, men vi spiller hele dagen, og helt ude på aftenen.
Ja.
Det er klart.
Jeg kommer til at skrive på et tidspunkt, hvor vi skal spille en anden rollespil senere.
Ja, men du smutter og kommer bare, når du har lyst.
Yes.
Så tager vi lige den her frem til.
Så løber jeg lige ud og tager en pistol.
Det gør du bare. Så ser jeg lige...
Man kan gå den vej rundt.
Hvorfor er det ikke?
Jo, hvis du passer på ledningerne, kan du godt.
Det kan jeg jo ikke finde ud af. That's my issue.
Han er en Surtar Goblin, ikke også?
Ja.
Så The Surtar-klan har også hørt om, hvad der foregår.
Åbenbart.
Og vil også gerne have en død af Kane. De synes ikke, at hvad var det, at Vox's klan hed nu? Jeg har fået det skrevet nu.
The Sticks.
Sticks. Jeg synes ikke, at The Sticks skulle have alt the power.
Ja, selvfølgelig ikke.
Nå. Hvad er det, du hedder?
Mads.
Mads. Velkommen til, Mads. Jeg hedder Jussi. Det er Christian. Og Mathias er lige på toilettet.
Yes.
Mads, har du egentlig et navn til din karakter? Det er altså det svære spørgsmål.
Ja.
Jeg kigger bare på de anbefalede, det er meget.
En goblin.
Anbefaler Goblin name.
Jeg hedder bare Not.
Not. N-O-D.
N-O-T-T.
N-O-T-T. Not. Not. Du er også
Den
en
navn
du.
kender jeg
Jeg kan se, at du er fra Surtar. Du er fra The Blue Clan Surtar.
Ja.
Du vil lige rulle en 2 8 terninger, det er bare en af gangen. Og så en 10 terning.
2. 8.
En 10 terning.
6.
Fint. Det er sådan, at en af dine søskende, det er ikke din bror, din søster, lille, stor, det er op til dig, er meget, meget tæt på Surtars chieftains, på Surtars chieftain, og har derfor hørt rygter om, at her til morgen, så var der en goblin ved navn Krenko, som var ved at blive transporteret fra et fængsel til et andet, og som så er flyttet. Og rygterne siger så, at der er en anden goblin-klan ved navn Styx, som prøver at få ham fjernet for at sikre, at Styx-klanen, som også er en guldklan, at de kan gå ind og tage en masse af den magt. Og det vil Surtar-goblinerne jo også gerne have.
Mm.
Så din søskende har så overtalt en chieftain til at sende dig ud for at samarbejde med den her Styx-goblin, eller de her Styx-folk, for at hjælpe med at fange Krenko, så at Styx-klanen ikke får al æren. Så at Surtar-goblinerne, Surtar-klanen også får noget af æren.
Ja.
Men der skal du også vide, at guldklanerne er jo styret af en kyklops ved navn Bordeigmos. Nu vil jeg sige, hvis jeg siger det forkert. Bordeigmos. Og desværre er det sådan, at du har før i tiden har du gjort et rigtig dårligt indtryk på ham.
Mm.
Og din stilling i guldklanerne i en helhed er faktisk truet. Så derfor er det vigtigt, at du gør et godt indtryk. Det er så 2 af dine kontakter. Den ene det er din søskende, som har din chieftains øre, og den anden det er Borborigmus, som virkelig ikke kan lide dig på nuværende tidspunkt.
Ja.
Det sidste du rullede, det var en 6'er på din tidligere terning.
Ja.
Og det er... det er en forsker fra The Izzet League, som mener, at Ghoul-klanerne er skyld i hans livsværk, i hans opfindelser, i alt hans arbejde. Og han bekæmper Ghoul-klanerne rigtig, rigtig hårdt. Men lige med dig, der ser han der som en mulighed for at Ghoul-klanerne kan være anderledes. Så han er ikke en tilhænger af Borborigmus. Han vil hellere have, at Borborigmus og Ghoul-klanerne falder fra hinanden, og så er han fin med det, hvis det var dig, der tog over. Og ham har du så også som kontakt. Jeg ved ikke, om det er en barndomsven, eller om det hvad der er sket, det er op til dig. Så der bliver du lige hurtigt kastet ud i det.
Ja, det kan jeg godt.
Det foregår i den 10. distrikt, og vi er i Precinct 4. Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget du kender til Ravnica.
Intet.
Hvor meget kender du til Magic? Ravnica er en af verdenerne i Magic the Gathering, og det er en verden, hvor hele verden er en stor by.
Okay.
I den her by er der 10 guilds, hvor du har The Izzet League, du har The Ghoul Clans, og de er lige så forskellige fra hinanden som alignments her. Hver district svarer til et helt land, og hver precinct svarer til en hel by. Og det spil, vi spiller, det foregår så i precinct 4 i The 10th District. Og det hele står i denne bog. Den her bog, også til vores stream, den er faktisk til salg. Det er en brugt bog, fordi vi også bruger den her. Men hvis man gerne vil købe den, så sælger de den her lidt billigere end normalt. Og der kan man så snakke med dem herude, hvis man gerne vil have det. Og det hele er som sagt baseret på Ravnica, og lige i dag så prøver vi at basere det lidt på Ravnica Allegiance, som de selvfølgelig har pre-release derinde.
Selvfølgelig.
Men det er så nat. Det er om morgenen, som Krenko han er undsluppet. Om natten, der er du så taget ned til den her kro, der hedder The Shack. Og vi kører på den måde, vi spiller in-game, spiller vi på engelsk, og så når vi tager noget out-game, tager vi på dansk.
Yes.
Og nede i The Shack, der kommer du ind. Det er... Vil du lige beskrive kronen igen?
Ja, det er The Shack. Det er basically også et shack. Det er noget værre gammel lort. Shady, snuskede roder, sådan et meget sådan træ-look-agtigt. Opdelt i en masse sådan små båse indenfor, hvor folk sådan kan sætte ind og sætte sig. Ofte sker der meget shady business i den her ende. Og Marine er indkig. Og udover det, så ja, det er sådan en lidt blandet. Altså der kommer rimelig blandet godt folk her. Så det er, ja, jeg tror det er et sted, hvor folk de kommer for at lave shady business. Basically. For alle klasser.
Og du finder hurtigt den her Minotaurus og den her Goblin, som du har fået besked om arbejder for Styx-klanen. De sidder over i en boks. De sidder med en dossier, som de skal til at åbne.
Ja.
Men inden de når at åbne den, så ser I en goblin, der kommer over til jer.
Hello there, friend. Hello.
The fuck you looking at?
Kan I lige beskrive jeres karakterer, hvis I kan starte med Christian?
Jeg startede sidste gang.
Størst? Okay,
Så starter
jeg kan starte. Goblin. Grøn goblin. Røde øjne. Sort hår op i sådan en bøn. Han er sådan rigtig kutteklædt. Sort læderarmer.
Grøn.
Og grøn. Og en lille meters pengehøj. Og ser rimelig shady ud.
Minotaurusen?
Ja, sådan en rigtig stor, sorthåret minotaur med sådan en stor kårring i næsen. Tegn, sådan en pirattegn på sin horn. Med en kæmpe stor mål hen over ryggen, en målstjerne, ikke en målstjerne, en krigshav ved siden. Og der er så et stort skjold på ryggen. Og så er de klædt sådan en lidt ragtag blanding af normalt tøj, og så er den her kæderustning lavet nogle meget, meget store links. Det er ikke svært, at han har lavet de her ting selv.
Ja. Jamen, jeg gav mig til, at jeg bare beskriver, hvordan jeg vil have min karakter til at
Ja, du styrer det selv.
Jamen, I ser Goblin, cirka 1-10 måske. Ikke en lille lort. Men ret sådan virkelig, altså jeg er ikke sådan en average kind of looking goblin. Jeg er virkelig sådan en, hvor man tænker, det der er sådan en, der har trænet hele sit liv.
Det er sådan, det er måske også interessant at vide. Precinct 4, der hvor vi spiller, det er et område, hvor krig er meget normalt, hvor folk fra ghoul-klanerne, de kommer ned og raider, og så nogle gange udbryder der krig mellem Boros Legions med soldaterne og de her ghoul. Og derfor har ghoul også mange af de her krigere, som slås meget i de her store kampe. Du ligner en af dem, der har været i kamp op til flere kampe.
Ja. Jeg har sådan en læderbælte, der går ned på kryds. Så har jeg en morgenstjerne siddende. Jeg har en klops siddende. Og så har jeg javelins sådan lidt rundt omkring, hvor jeg kan have dem. Jeg har ikke noget hår. Jeg er sådan lidt mere en blålig farve. Og så kan man se, at der er en masse hakker i ørerne på mig efter kamp.
Ja, det skal det.
Ja.
Og det er den anden goblin, som sidder ved bordet, som hilser på dig.
Good name.
Hello. I've been sent here to help you guys.
That's cool. By who?
What was his name again?
Du må gerne sige Nasius ven.
Hvad?
Nasius ven, du har fået et navn, som du kan sige, du er sendt fra. Nasius ven. Du ved ikke, hvem det er ham, men det...
I've been sent by Nasius ven.
Yeah, that's the blue guy.
Don't know who that is.
That's the blue guy. He's a weird guy. Anyway, weird blue people. Weird general. Much more prefer green.
Fordi i Ravnica, der har vi, du har humans, du har elves, så har du goblins, minotaurs, centaurs, du har simic hybrids, folk med dyre mutations, og så har du the Vedalken. Vedalken, det er de her helt blå humanoids.
Okay.
Water people.
Well, I mean, as long as don't get in the way, and you don't want to take a cut of the pool, then sure.
Din klan har selvfølgelig lovet dig en betaling for det her arbejde. Så du starter faktisk med 10 silos mere, end der står på det der sheet.
Okay.
So yeah, we have to find Krenko, and what? Then we have to bring him somewhere? Is that it?
To the Celestian Granary. The abandoned Celestian Granary.
Find this guy, knock him out, bring him there.
Did that guy say anything about getting him back alive?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna want him alive, yes.
What did he say?
That seems...
Under no circumstances should you attempt to question Krenko yourselves.
You can't question it, he's dead.
Exactly.
Yeah, he insinuated that he should be brought back alive.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to bring him back alive.
And you're sitting with the dossier that you still haven't opened.
And I'm gonna open this now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You wanna cat?
you're
This is an image of Krenko, the goblin mob boss that you are looking for. Har nogen måde lige at tænde lyset?
Nu er det ved at blive mørkt, det
cool.
Ja, det må være det.
for now.
The dossier explains that Krenko has been a goblin mob boss for several years. His turf was around Foundry Street, and he's been a person of interest in numerous crimes befitting a mobster, but managed to evade the law until recently. Krenko, he was brought into custody by Gideon Jura, a freelancer working for the Boros Legion. The Boros Legion, the Boros are a guild, one of the 10 guilds, and they are usually the soldiers. Krenko was found guilty of murdering Dargate, one of the Shattergang brothers. The Shattergang brothers are another group of mobster goblins. It's a Magic the Gathering card, known as the Shattergang brothers. And he's also been found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon against Gideon Jura, which was a planeswalker.
He's a planeswalker from Magic the Gathering. And he's
A lot of references here.
He's a really, really famous planeswalker, by the way.
And that's where we had gotten to. Okay. The weapon On his person at the time of arrest was a magic shiv, a prison knife.
Shivs.
Reportedly, he could punch through force barriers. And it isn't known how Krenko obtained the weapon. Krenko's notable associates include the mysterious Mr. Taz. There's no other information about Mr. Taz. And a renegade Izzet weapons inventor named Faelish, a female human that lives around Tin Street. Tin Street is this road that goes through the entire district, through all of the precincts. And both of these people, both Mr. Taz and Faelish, are persons of interest to the Azorius. The Azorius is the guild that handles law and the courthouses and so forth.
Okay, cool.
So you have Mr. Taz as a lead, you have Faelish as a lead, and then you have this sewer grate that you've gathered the Rakdos hid in after they allegedly rescued Krenko.
So Mr. Taz was one of his allies, we have his weapons exporter, who had gotten the weapon, and then we have the Rakdos to go for, right?
But was that
Yeah.
the sewer? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sewer. I don't think we still go for the sewer. I paid a whole scene over that league.
Who is Mr. Taz?
I think the sewer sounds pretty dang good.
Of course you would.
I don't mind. Go for it.
Let's roll for you. Let's go, boys.
Jeg kan godt lide, at i slutningen af eventyret, der står der, jeg tror der står det samme spørgsmål, som alle som læser eventyret stiller. Hvem er Mr. Taz?
So,
The sewers, alright. It's the middle of the night. And you go to a plaza and then follow a road down from the plaza in the rain, looking for a sewer grate. I would like you to roll a perception check.
Perception.
14?
21.
16.
You all easily find this grate that is out of place.
there.
Who's there?
The grate clearly has scrapes from a crowbar on it.
Scrapes from crowbar.
Yeah, somebody's opened it with a crowbar several times.
Does it reason?
Do a survival check.
Nope. No.
You have no idea. But it's a crowbar has been used to move this sewer grate several
But
times.
it is open, right?
No, it's currently closed.
Well. Then he just Rox just in his backpack just pulls out this crowbar and says, "I guess someone else did it. Now I'm gonna do it again."
You
Here you
have
go,
a
big
big
guy.
ass minotaur and a super buff goblin.
And he just, by the way, you can have that one for free.
Oh, thank you.
I have
Could you
one.
roll a strength check with advantage since you're using crowbar?
Sure. I'm gonna need that advantage. 14.
It's actually not enough. Even with the crowbar, it's really tough to open.
You sure?
Maybe the buffed goblin can.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
try. Sure, it's
Rox is the-
athletics.
19.
Yeah, okay.
You have advantage, by the way.
Oh,
So you do it.
then it's 21.
Advantage, you roll twice and
Oh, yeah,
take the highest.
21.
21.
You see the goblin comes over and takes the crowbar. He's much smaller than you, and still he just manages without any issues to move this.
Yeah.
And I'll loosen it up for you.
You just noticed that Rox is just standing in the side, yeah, with a big grin and goblin power, bro. Goblin power.
Fucking goblins.
You're looking down there.
underestimate the small ones.
Really? You are
Feisty
underestimating.
ones.
Exactly. Rox just looking at you two, and he's like, "Should I go first? Take a quick glance."
You're looking down.
What the hell is that?
Sorry, that was the.
Whoa, that was the microphone just going.
It's not the first time. Sorry, screen. That was a very loud bang for you guys.
Can't you
Yeah, but then we get a noise because we need a new et nyt stativ.
Very good.
Det der stativ, det vibrerer for meget.
Yeah. And I guess that Rox just kind of like jumps in like a fucking.
It's a circular maintenance shaft that plunges down into darkness. There's an iron ladder bolted to one side of the shaft. and there's the pungent smell of sewer that wafts up to your nose.
Home.
Oh.
There's a faint visible
Smells like
light
Eno.
at the bottom, illuminating refuse-filled water. You
Oh,
just
I got
want to
dark
jump down.
I have dark vision, yeah.
Me too.
I'll
You
just
don't
jump
know.
down.
Actually,
You
don't
don't
know.
jump down like a fucking Batman.
Are you sure you want to just
3-point
jump down?
landing.
It's really
Well,
far
depends on
down.
how far
It's
down.
really far down.
Okay, I'll climb down.
One second.
I'll climb.
Charlie just like makes a little flick of the wrist, and a small ball of flame appears in his hand. Just down into the hole.
It's really far down. You'd guess about 20 meters down.
You sure still want to jump?
He just shrugs. And he climbs down.
I actually don't have dark vision.
That's not bad. I'm gonna be stealthy about it.
At the bottom of the ladder, the ladder goes down. At the bottom, it actually it doesn't go all the way down. Instead, it's a folding ladder, which you can unfold so that it dangles freely in the air, and then you can crawl the remaining.
Yeah, I'll
20
just
feet
give
down.
it a nudge to fall down.
So you can come all the way down without having to jump or fall. Who follows second? The other
Me.
goblin.
Sure. Gotta get home.
And then you have Tropic last.
Yeah, so if you get stuck, the rest of us are not stuck either. So that's good.
Well, the three of you,
Fuckers with me.
the three of you come down
Going
to
down.
the sewer, and end up standing in shin-deep sewer water in this dimly lit tunnel.
So it's like water for our goblins like up here.
It's not that bad because there's a raised walkway on either side
Oh, perfect.
that gets you out of the smelly, muck-filled water.
I'll use that.
You see small lamps housing magical flames that shed dim light, and the walls are covered in moss and lichen.
And
Oh.
Shrubik just like, makes this ball of flame in his hand again so he can, see about, what's that, like 5 meters out, approximately.
30 feet, right?
What's this?
No,
The big guy can't even see.
Goblin power once again.
Small and feisty.
Yeah.
I'd rather be small and fast
Small
than
and fast.
big and slow.
No, it's a produced flame, not light.
Let's do this.
It still creates light, but yeah, it's not a light spell.
Impressive magic, though.
Which way to go?
This is nothing.
Well, there's two ways, right?
Mhm.
Left, right. Can I see if there's like been someone going?
Well, if any of you want, you may roll a perception check.
I'll do that.
So that's-
I guess the one with not with dagger
Yeah, I don't,
disadvantage.
yeah, I rolled another one anyway, so.
5.
You
Well,
don't
I
see very
rolled-
well down here.
I rolled 18.
I had like my one good roll.
Well, yes, you just find prints from humans and goblins,
Rox just sits down and
and you will need to roll a DC 15 survival check in order to follow these prints throughout the
well,
sewer maze.
for that I am +2. That's pretty good.
Can I aid him?
Yes.
I have
So you
15.
Have,
I have 15.
roll with advantage because your goblin friend is helping you.
That's the same. 15.
Well, you could always roll a natural 20.
Turn 20 and just
Just
find
see.
everything and just know how the world works.
If you didn't want to lose, you just roll better.
Very true. Just roll 20s all the time, then you win.
Pray to the RNG guy.
Exactly. And I do that a lot. And
Me too. And I still get the buttocks of it.
still get the ones all the time.
All right.
Oh shit, the monster manual's coming out.
Yes, it is. Let's get some action on the table. What are we going to draw here?
So,
Yes, a sewer.
I'm assuming a sewer.
Let's draw a random sewer.
No, we're in the high palace of the king of Egypt.
How wide should we make the sewer? 15 feet wide,
yeah. There's one on each side, right? So there's one in the middle and
and then we'll put a
Platform.
small side thing, and then there's these. won't draw that black. Black is walls, and then I'll draw it.
Green.
I know yellow is not very good,
That's
but
actually
yellow is the
horrible.
Yeah, we know it's there.
yeah. You know it's there. That's the point. And then you've got the main route, so the bridge is over here and over here, and one that connects the two sides over there. And that's because red and green is going to be you and them. Because as you're traveling down the sewers, you suddenly notice there are somebody else down here, and you can hear them as well.
And I as soon as I hear something, I walk past my other little goblin friend and go in the front.
As we hear something, just flicks out the light.
Yeah.
And you want to hide.
Rox just kind of slips into the shadows and pulls out his bow.
And he reaches out to Nod and like puts his huge hand in his head, just just lead the way.
So,
that hurt.
well, it's dim light. About every 30 feet or so, there are these lamps that shed
okay, then that's
dim
fine.
light.
That's fine.
But Rox hides on one side, and then we have Trovek
Do you want me to roll stealth for him?
here. Yes,
And then me there.
and then not in front.
That's hilarious. 4 plus 7.
So 11 on stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't put you red because you're green. You're the good.
We're the good guys.
You're the heroes. Let me put it that way. Trovek and not. And then the red.
Let's put it the other way. Protagonists.
I mean, we can also use dice to symbolize who we are.
You are welcome to do so if you wish.
Or if you have a... Oh, you have a minotaur? No, minotaur.
Yeah, it's
miniature.
elven bard.
That's not gonna work.
It's a bit too high.
Let's see.
It's for the other campaign. Yeah.
That's actually really cool. You made it yourself?
Painted it. It's really badly painted, but it's first time ever I'm painting.
It's still better than me drawing Warhammer. Painting Warhammer. Because that's... I don't know what that is when I draw Warhammer.
This is even just with the normal standard cheap ass brushes.
Jeg ved, at Kelsor, de også snakker lidt om at få Warhammer til de her Games Gathering, hvor man kan spille, eller måske bare sidde og male.
Ja, det er fedt.
Så det kunne være rigtig fedt. Det håber vi i hvert fald på at få her på et eller andet tidspunkt i fremtiden. Har du styr på chatten?
Ja, jeg sidder en gang imellem. Ellers er ikke noget vigtigt. Sidder.
Ikke noget vigtigt. Alt hvad folk skal være vigtigt.
Jeg bliver nødt til at skulle efter det her encounter.
Okay,
Kæresten er kommet tilbage.
Det er fint.
Vi
Der vil jeg have medium, hard, medium encounter.
De 3 folk.
Ja, vi tager medium encounter. Ja, men det er også der, jeg regner på det, sådan noget bare at sende, hvad der står, fordi... Ja, vi tager medium encounter. Ej, ved I hvad? Vi gør det fuldt random.
And then
det
I
gør
got
ikke,
wiped.
selvom der er højt, så... Okay.
No dragons, please.
Jamen, hvis I bruger terninger, så vil jeg også bruge terninger. Hvad har I brugt?
That's not how this works. Vi skal bruge terninger. Du har magten til at vælge.
What you see is, and they've heard you, is 2 Rakdos. Rakdos is a guild of acrobats and people. For example, earlier today, they had a fire show here at Kelsor, and these Rakdos are a little alike. They like fire, they like shows, they like to entertain. But it is also a well-known fact that they are cultists of a demon known as Rakdos. So they're demon-worshipping acrobats.
Nice.
And I would like you all to roll initiative.
It's that thing I'm really shit at.
I created that
Oh, nice.
initiative. Plus 3. 23.
13.
Natural fucking 20. Woohoo, 20.
Så, hvad var det, Mathias?
23.
23. Wax og Tropic.
17.
17. Og Not.
13.
13.
Yes.
Og de rullede faktisk med. Wax. as your friends advance, you notice the two cultists. They've also seen your group and turn around. What do?
Do I know these guys? Bad guys?
You are looking for Rakdos cultists, since you believe that they helped Krenko to escape.
Exactly. So you just hear a whisper in your ears. It says, "Let's kill one of them, knock the other one out."
Alright.
Alright.
And then an arrow flies by. Crit.
Alright.
Do I get sneak attack on this? Because I'm gonna walk out, shoot, and
Should do.
walk back.
You don't have advantage, and none of your friends are within 5
Even
feet.
if I'm the
But
first
he
guy
is
to
from
wreck.
stealth.
Well, it depends if they
And I'm
have high enough.
If he's at
perception.
higher level, you get assassinate, which enables you to sneak attack with your first attack.
Oh, that's high level.
Ja,
Right.
1, 2,
That's
3,
third
4,
level.
5, 6. Og spørgsmålet er, din shortbow 80 og beat. So
I'm pretty sure
it's not a sneak attack, but you still deal 2d6 plus 3 damage.
And 10 plus 3, 13.
Alright, now an arrow flies, hits one of the cultists, which falls dead to the ground.
And
The
nothing
other
that I am.
cultist is surprised at what's happening. And,
Okay, I can use my action to hide again.
yes, your bonus action.
My bonus
Roll a
action.
stealth check.
11 plus 7, 18.
18. He has no idea where the arrow actually came from. He just notices, you two. And he sees that his friend falls down. And he has a scimitar. That's it. He draws a scimitar, looks a little. He's 20 meters away and goes, no, I am going to run. And he starts running down the sewers.
One is out and one runs.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
What do you two do?
He's so fucking far away, I can't do shit.
Do you wanna chase her?
Potentially.
What's that? I gotta say hi.
Sorry, Deborah. I just want to help. See.
It's too late, okay? I have some people to kill.
Go kill stuff.
You are free to join this.
No, I'm sorry, I'm
games.
working, so.
Fair enough.
But you are free to see the fire show at the 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, see, Rakdos fire show.
I'm gonna move down here and then I'm gonna.
What I'm asking is whether you want to chase, because if you chase, we are going to go over to the chase rules instead.
We're gonna get chased.
Or whether you can shoot him at 120 feet distance.
I can do that as well. Can I knock him out with an arrow? Like shoot him in the knee?
If you're good enough shot, yes. But now it's traffic and not. So are you going to shoot or are you going to run after him?
Fuck.
Can't do shit. Stravik is going to dash after his
Yeah.
ass.
Me
Alright.
too.
And what about Rox? Rox, are you going to try and shoot him?
20, 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like at least slow him. I'm gonna try and pin him.
Alright. Roll an attack with disadvantage.
50, 60.
Okay, 14 plus what's my pluses? Plus 5. So that's 19.
What, still? Oh my god.
The Rakdos cultist turns around, draws his sword, his friend gets shot, he goes, turns around and starts running away from you. You two, you start chasing after him down the sewers. A second arrow flies, hits him, deals
4 plus 3, and 7 damage.
7 damage. Hits him, deals quite a bit of damage. It won't take much to stop him, but you
trying
two
to-
are the only one in the chase. You're too far behind
yeah.
to continue chasing. So the fight goes from a normal turn-based fight to a turn-based chase.
By the way, I'm just trying to catch up to people.
I feel cheated out of a fight. Well, unless it is a straight to the inner sanctum. In
The
which
chase-
case, we might die.
Have you two, you've played D&D before,
Yeah.
5th edition. Have you ever tried playing with chase rules? I know
Nope.
not a lot of
Nope.
DMs use them. Chase rules are fantastic for especially these kind of scenes. They work a bit like combat, but they're more about chasing someone else. And we have Nott, we have Travik, and we have the Rakdos. The Rakdos starts at 120, and you two start at 60. And then we have, well,
I'm just
light
trying.
rocks as well, but rock starts at 0.
Yeah.
The question is whether you can stop him, or whether you can outrun him, or whether he can hide from you.
We just want to stop
Get
his
away.
ass.
Yeah.
You can do several things on your turn, but you always move your normal move, and then you can dash after him. But you can only dash a number of times equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier. After that, you're gonna have to start doing checks, or you just get too tired. Which means you can try and outrun him. If he can actually hide from you, then he can instead of outrunning you, he can hide from you. But you can also just do a move and then do an ability that when he's within range in order to stop him. And then there are certain things that happen during the chase since you're chasing him down sewers.
And this is where a wizard would be fantastic.
Why
Do any of you have any ranged attacks?
I do.
Javelin.
Javelins. What's the range on a javelin?
32, 120.
Alright. So we'll start with what was it? That one? We'll start with Trovik,
Yeah.
because he had initiative 17. So Trovik, do you want
He
to...
dashes after his
You want
ass.
to dash after him. Alright, you spend your round dashing after him. That's one
So
dash.
60.
So you're still 60 feet behind the Raktus cultist. How about not? Isn't
I'm gonna dash.
you are also 60 feet behind him. And Rox, you shoot, alright?
Yeah.
Please, everyone,
I
roll a
shoot.
d20.
20.
Get down.
11.
16.
5.
5, that's an interesting one. And you are playing not,
The goblin.
that means that...
Not the goblin.
Huh.
Trovik,
It was either that
can
or
you
just
please
in
roll a
time.
dexterity save?
Or just in case.
Just in case.
That's right. I have +0 to the save.
See? That's pretty good. I guess you actually don't die
That's true.
on that high.
And then suddenly I met an aboleth and died.
Not, can you roll d20 again?
A 2.
A two.
So that's a 4?
On dex save?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a 4.
Rox, can you please roll an acrobatics check?
Whoa. Nah, that's not really. 4 plus
I can already
acrobatics.
feel that I
Yes,
miss my...
Nah, it is 11.
Alright. Rox, they've run 20, 40 meters down the sewers. Do you want to sit after them?
Who me? Yeah.
Try catching up now, little guy.
Well, he's pretty nimble, pretty fast.
He shoots, he runs, they run, he shoots, he runs.
If it was if it was a halfling, I wouldn't, because I only have 20 feet move. But I have 30, so.
I miss this character.
Alright, and then Trovik. Alright,
Det kan jeg godt forstå.
Nice.
so you dash after him, right?
Yeah, I'm dashing.
Trovik, he is 120 feet from you.
Okay.
And you can start by using your move so that he's 90 feet from you. If you want, you can dash again, or you can use an ability, a spell, or whatever,
Problem is, if I use one of my spells, I'm going to kill him.
depending on the spell. What spell is it you're thinking about?
Guiding bolt. That's going to kill him. in this
Yeah,
point.
you can't really make a spell non-lethal. That's more physical attacks.
Yeah.
I guess I'll dash after him again.
As you are running after him, you are running. You've actually split up. So one of you runs on one side, and another of you run on the other side. And you're on your side. You reach a part where the sewer water is spilling out from the side and onto the ledge that you're running on. And it gets really, really slippery. You slide across, but you keep your balance and you keep on dashing after him without falling.
Flawless!
Tarzan style.
How about you, Not? You are also 120 feet from the cultist.
I am gonna dash after him.
You also keep dashing. That's
Yes.
the second dash. And Rox, you start. You also start dashing. And,
Tell me when I'm in.
Rox, you start running after him, but you keep a little bit in the shadows. And at one point, you get caught by some of these roots that have grown through the sewage. But you tumble past, then decide to run a little further out on the same side as Trovik, as Not, in order to avoid all the slippery sewage water that comes down. But Trovik ran over. But you're still 120 feet behind the cultist, and I'd like to like you to roll a d20.
5.
Where's your good rolls now, buddy?
Not sure.
And the cultist also keeps on running, so he's 120 feet away from you, Trovik.
Fucking again?
And you notice that he just keeps falling over stupid stuff. So
Alright, I'm gonna dash again. If I don't catch up a bit more, so I'm just gonna fucking fry his ass at this point.
Do an acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Acrobatics?
Yes, you reach a part where the sewage, the edge is actually broken away, so you'll have to
That's a 10.
well, if you want, you can use an athletics instead.
I would really like to, if I can just use
You
athletics.
use the same roll.
That's 15.
Alright. So you see this part where it's all broken and so forth, and instead of taking the easy way around, which is all crumbled, you decide to leap across this hole in the edge of the sewers onto the other side and keep on chasing after him.
It's called a 3-point landing.
Fuck your ass, mine.
landing.
Could you roll a d20, please?
Oh god. 4.
Alright. Not.
Yeah,
What are you going to do? You're also going to dash after him.
of course I am. I can keep dashing for days.
You, as you dash after him, he runs into an area of the sewage, the sewer, where there's filled with crates and barrels. Someone's been placing goods down here, probably to smuggle them, and it creates a whole maze that he quickly finds his way through very, very fast. But you also need to find your way through it
Of
in
course I
order
do.
to keep up with him.
Of course I do.
So you may choose to roll an acrobatics or an intelligence check, depending on whether you want to vault over it or find your way quickly through this area.
I'll just choose an acrobatics.
Roll an acrobatics.
That's a 6.
It's a 6. You fall a little behind since you're not as quick to find your way through as the cultist. So you fall a little behind. You are now Trovik in 170. So you are 100 and 2 67 feet behind. How about you, Rox?
I got
And
pretty
suddenly-
dramatic.
and suddenly there was a dragon.
Mark, can you roll a d20, please?
We dash for days, that's
15.
true. We dash for days.
15.
What?
You simply want to dash after them?
Yeah, I want to get in range to shoot, not chop them another arrow. But when
Yeah.
shooting the foot,
The
yeah.
problem is you are too far behind in order to shoot at the moment.
But
so
I'm trying to get any
Yeah,
advantage.
so you keep on trying to keep up. But now you've reached 3 Constitution, so I'd like to know what are your modifiers to see
Plus
if you
2.
can outrun him.
+2.
+2. Can you tell me what not
How
has?
are we pull this off?
+2 as well.
+3.
+3.
He's got +3.
Not bad.
And
Yeah,
what
very
about the cultist? What's the? Is this not the monsters? Oh, that's the deep. No. What's the monsters? What does the cultist have?
-2.
Interesting. So you might actually be able to outrun him
That's our plan.
because he has to make a check now.
I'm gonna bash him so fucking hard on his head.
Oh, he succeeds.
I give up.
So he keeps on running.
He keeps on running.
He keeps on running. He's not tired yet. How about you, Trovik? You also keep on running?
How far away am I?
120 feet. He's running as fast as you, and currently he's also keeping up. That's also why these rounds have to go fast.
Should I just blast his ass?
Can you shoot that far?
You can dash without any issue for at least 2 more rounds. This round and 1 round more.
Oh, by the way,
Without any issue.
I can use.
And he might actually get tired before.
Okay, I'll dash again then.
Does it work this way when you play Goblin? You can use your bonus action to dash. Does that mean I can run, dash, and shoot?
You should
You
technically
should technically be able to do that.
Yes, but you might get tired of it. But yes, you may.
I'm getting
But
tired
first,
of this.
it's not, and not you fall a little bit behind, so you're now 130 feet behind him. But you will also be able to keep up for now.
Yep. Can I use a disengage action and then run my normal as a bonus action, and then run and then dash?
You can use your normal to. You can use your move to move, and then your bonus action to dash,
and your normal actions.
and your normal action to dash. You're a rogue, aren't you?
No, I'm a barbarian, but I'm a goblin. I've got nimble escape. It says I can either disengage or hide as a bonus action.
The disengage doesn't give you movement speed.
No, that's right. That's just the dash.
Can you?
The disengage makes you move.
No, it enables you
No,
to. When
disengage
you
is
move,
30.
there's no attacks. It doesn't
Oh.
enable you to move,
Okay.
and you don't have the
Um,
bonus.
Then I'm just gonna dash.
No, I thought that was fine.
No, you need to be a level higher.
Goddamn levels.
Yeah, it's level 1.
Level 1.
Alright, Charlie, can you roll a d20?
Yeah. 17.
Alright, Nott, can you roll a d20?
14.
Alright. And Rox, can you roll a d20?
That's fine.
You took my roll. Thank you.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
A dragon appears behind you.
It's like the worst sound that a game master can make in the Essex players.
The grin on the dungeon master's face always means death and
No,
destruction.
the worst thing a dungeon master can do is roll and just look up and smile very broad.
Yes. Smile.
The cultist keeps on running, but at one point he turns around a corner, hoping to evade you. You turn around as well, and as you, what is it, traffic first? Do an acrobatics or an intelligence check.
Acrobatics on tip. Piss of a cool.
That's just your roll.
Neat.
Okay.
My 2 worst stats.
He is getting tired, and he now has 1 level exhaustion. He has disadvantage on all his checks now.
Lovely.
You're not getting tired yet, but as he runs around the corner, you follow him around the corner, and you run into the same issue that he has.
What's that?
The whole place has been overgrown, and you run right into it, and you're knocked down just like he is. But he's managed to get 120 feet ahead of you.
Motherfucker.
But he is knocked down just as you are. The question is whether or not Nott can catch up to him now. So please roll d20 first.
6.
Yes.
Yes, 6.
Nott, you are on the other side of the sewage water. And as you turn around, you reach the same overgrown part. But this part is filled with rats. Small rats. And,
Can I eat them?
Not now.
if you want, you can
Safely.
ignore them.
Yeah.
But then they'll deal damage and slow you down a little bit, or you can try to avoid them with an acrobatics check.
I'll just run right through them.
Ah.
I don't care.
Take this shit.
Take it.
Take 1 damage from the rats that bite you as you run through this swarm of rats.
Can't you just rage?
This is nothing. Fuck this shit.
And you end up with your dash this round. You're 20 feet away from the cultist. And please roll a d20. Thank you for that.
14.
Yeah. What? What happened?
Someone follow.
Someone followed the stream.
Oh, nice.
Rox, you come running up to Trovic as he gets out of this bramble. Rox, can you roll a d20, please?
Yes.
Almost caught up.
19.
19, alright.
Get him
The
down before I
cultist
do.
is getting tired. and has some issues, but really doesn't want to fight any of you. He gets through all this overgrown part of the sewers, and oh no, he has disadvantage now. Oh, he has disadvantage.
Oh, the disadvantage. The disadvantage.
He's got 2 levels of exhaustion now.
Holy,
So
that's
his speed is halved from next round.
Oh shit.
That means we can kind
I have another 2 rounds where I can dash. And then I'm out.
I think that's enough.
You have 1.
Trovik.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up, use my last dash to get over to him.
Do a dexterity save though. Get through all this.
That's a 4. Can I use athletics instead?
You fight your way through it. Yeah, you just plow through it, but and it's not an issue plowing through it. You still get through it, but doing so, you take 9 damage.
What?
From
I'm down.
one thing and another, from roots and twigs and.
I've won one HP. Good thing you're the cleric though.
Fucking. Yeah, I have healing word, that's it.
That's gonna be problematic.
Yeah, that's gonna be problematic.
You don't have cure wounds. Oh, damn.
Roll d20.
Fuck. Gently with a chainsaw. 15.
15.
Your quarry is getting tired. It wasn't 20 feet, he's 80 feet away from you. But he's getting tired. He's moving at half speed from now on.
I'm just gonna dash after that motherfucker.
You could do dashes 2 more times, then you could just normal run after that and just like, oh,
just
still gonna catch up.
like,
Exactly.
Roll a d20.
Ramming into a big, like a
17.
big stick or something, just into the size. Fuck.
Well, this takes you, you've taken a big stick and everything. You've taken the other way around.
I'm just looking at the minotaur.
Your goblin friend has dispersed all the rats, so you've got a free way to just run
Yeah,
back.
just
You go
great
past the
passage.
minotaur. You're still 120 feet from your
From this dude.
from the cultist.
I'm 120.
120 feet. What's your range?
Don't
That's
shoot.
120.
Don't shoot.
You could actually.
But I have disadvantage. I'm actually just gonna keep dashing.
And you can see that your friend has almost caught up with him.
Yeah.
Actually, so much so that this is roll d20.
10. 10.
Chin chin.
Oh, he now has 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh shit!
And the tunnel, the sewage here turns abruptly 90 degrees. He turns
Slams
it,
into the wall.
he actually turns it really well. Trovik, can you do a Constitution save?
Fucking. Fuck.
Good love.
Natural 1!
You're in 1 level of exhaustion.
Mother cunt!
Might want to slow down there. I'm just gonna dash.
And then we have
Or
Not-
can I catch up to him with my normal move?
I think you actually catch up to him now.
Oh damn.
No.
At least you're not rolling death saves. That's good.
I mean, yes, that is
But
true.
that was pretty close. You actually had to try.
Fucking, we're gonna have to take short rest out of this shit.
Wait till I can use Fury of the Small.
Pussy. Pussy.
6
I basically ran into a spear.
plus 6. 6. Yeah, you can actually dash up to him. Quarry is in a shooting with complication. Blah blah blah.
He's pretty hurt as well, by the way, from the hour.
That's why I draw my club while I move to be ready to do a non-lethal.
Ikke
Whack.
Olsens whacken der med hætten og så duk. Og så
Yes.
The chase ends with you're still not tired, not even close to tired. You have 1 level of exhaustion, and going through all that. And you're following. You're following from a distance. You're doing pretty good. You run up with your bow and arrow, and the cultist, he's completely out. He can't run anymore. He runs around the corner, and he's out. He can't run anymore, and he surrenders. He falls to the ground. He throws his sword. He goes, "Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!" As you catch up to him, Trevor.
No.
No, sorry.
I'm just gonna take my club and then just be a dickhead and then just whack him in the
Knock
head
him
with a non-lethal attack.
And you have Rox, who comes up with his bow and arrow, and okay, he's out.
Rox is
And
like,
then finally Trevor, who comes out, completely wounded, bleeding all over. He's got big wounds, still sticking through.
Just sits down. We're taking a rest.
Did you guys see Trevor
once again, just
totally beat up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rox just turns around and
I
says,
look at him.
power.
I look at him and I look at him and then I just.
It's too easy.
Aren't you supposed to be the big bad guy that can take a lot of punches?
Roll it.
I'm gonna
You bring him back to the
Go
surface,
your ass.
and you're going to take a rest
Yeah,
to get
and
your exhaustions, and
then I am.
you're going to report back to your chieftain
Yes.
about what you've discovered. So thank you for joining us, Mess.
Anytime.
And we will be continue playing until about midnight. We'll probably play this game again, especially if we have more players to come.
Kom og join senere, hvis det er. Eller hvis I nu er.
I hvert
Jo flere, jo
fald
bedre.
Ja, cool.
Så hvordan har du med genrolling af natural ones?
Nu må jeg faktisk ikke rulle, fordi jeg går ud fra, at I tager en long rest.
Ja, så selvfølgelig.
Ja, det er også midt om natten.
Det er nemlig, og I har lige nokket ham herude. Så kan I tage en long rest, og så kan I tage en snak med
Jeg
ham.
tænker, vi har lagt ham derude, og vi snikker ham tilbage med til The Shack. Ikke det, vi gør? Vi går tilbage til The Shack, og vi tager ham med os over skulderen, og får et værelse, vel?
Yes, og så vil jeg...
Jeg vil gerne binde ham.
Hvad slags værelse er det? Squalid?
Squalls.
Ja, det er ikke meget mere end det i hvert fald.
Så det er
Yours er...
Det er virkelig.
Det koster 7 zips. Hvordan
7
får det
zips?
betalt? Ja, så 7 til hver af jer. Så det er 14 zips.
Jeg kan bare til 7 sæt.
Hvor er det toilettet henne?
Igennem her?
Ja.
Her, og så op og så lige... Så.
Ja, så hvis du går igennem her, igennem døren der, og så lige ud, så kommer du på højre her.
Så holder vi lige en kort pause.
Så lige inden du kommer ned i...
Så kan I også lige finde ud af, hvordan vi udspørger ham her. Raptors.
Det højde jo den vej, tror jeg.
Jeg tænker, at jeg vil fortælle ham, hvad historien er bag navnet på
Det
min
kan I
hammer.
lige snakke om så.
Og så...
Jeg skal have all the stories. All the good fun stories.
ret gode intimidations, det sætter vi ikke finde ud af. Også må bedst finde ud af, hvorfor har Raptors hjulpet ham med Krenko-fyren, og ja, hvor er han henne?
Good question. 9 skal. All good question. Skal vi lige tage en 5-minute break?
Jeg synes, det er meget lidt.
Jeg skal lige ud og hænge en sprøjt.
Der er alligevel en pissepause.
5 minutter, ja. 75.
Vi har lige en 5 minutters break.
Skal vi lige se. Hej Selavi. Jeg ved ikke om du stadig er her. Men ja, hej Selavi. I don't know if you're still here. Sorry if we have... Ja, du må undskylde, hvis vi har overset chatten. Yes, du er her stadig. Jamen, hej, du må undskylde, hvis jeg har set chatten. Det er altid lige nemt, når man lige sidder og optaget. Så jeg håber på, at det er underholdende. Og jeg kan se, at derinde der sidder de og spiller noget brætspil, og noget kortspil og noget video games. Der er folk, som er oppe på værelserne. Der er rigtig mange biler parkeret udenfor. Det er et rigtig hyggeligt sted at være. Så det her game gathering, det er rigtig godt. Nogle beskeder går desværre tabt. Ja, det gør det. Desværre. Dash for days. Ja, når man kører sådan nogle chases, så er det dash med lidt events midt imellem. Og så er det spørgsmål om, hvem der kan dash længst tid, eller hvem der kan løbe hurtigst, og om man kan gå til at hide. Nu er den her kort til 6 og god til at hide, så han valgte bare at prøve at løbe fra den. Men han havde ikke nok constitution, så han var ikke udholdende nok. Ja. Dårlig lydkvalitet. Jeg kan se, at vi har lidt inde på en dårlig lydkvalitet. Og det er noget tid siden, som Martin Rekvang har skrevet dårlig lydkvalitet. Ja. Hvorfor? Hvorfor er det dårlig lydkvalitet? Ja, det er mange spillere. Folk har været meget optaget af alle de her Magic the Gathering pre-release, der har været, og derfor har der ikke været så mange spillere.
Endnu.
Så bliver de trætte af på et tidspunkt. Så
jeg har haft en kommentar på, at det er dårlig lydkvalitet. Det ved jeg ikke lige, hvordan vi får rettet op på. Jeg skal have et nyt stativ, ved jeg. Det vil hjælpe på det. Og så skal jeg have en powered USB. Det vil også hjælpe på det. Og jeg kan desværre ikke selv høre lyden.
Det kan jeg heller ikke.
Vores
kan jeg høre lyden jo
IT-mand er ikke lige med. Fordi ellers så har han så en mikrofon eller en headset, man lige kan sætte ind i for at tjekke, hvordan lyden er i mikrofonen.
Jeg kan høre det på mit headset på stream.
Jamen det er ikke på inde på Twitch, det er sat ind på Facebook.
Facebook stream.
Og der ved jeg, at det er 2 forskellige programmer. Men det kunne man selvfølgelig...
Skal jeg lige teste?
Ja, du må gerne tjekke...
Også headphones.
Ja, du må gerne lige tjekke lyden inde på Facebook, så må vi lige se, om vi kan gøre det bedre. For den sags skyld ind på Twitch også. Lige så vi får noget ordentlig lyd.
Ja, den kan ikke optage lyd fra computeren. Eller fra mikken.
Jo, men der er bare nogen, der skriver, at det er dårlig lydkvalitet.
Facebook friends.
Så skriver jeg med Kelsors...
Hvor streamer vi henne? På Facebook?
På Kelsor Hack and Slash gruppen. Så lad os gøre det bedre, lad os forbedre det.
Jeg tror, den optager lyden fra computeren.
Den tager ikke fra mikrofonen?
Nej. Jeg kan høre, når du typer.
Det er derfor. Jamen, det kan sagtens være, det er det.
Ja, vi har fundet fejlen.
Er det ikke det? Det er Facebook Live lyd. Ja, det kan jeg godt se, og det ved jeg godt hvorfor. Det beklager jeg, det er mig, der har været inde og lave noget for noget tid siden. Men jeg ved ikke, om jeg kan ændre det. Så er lyden selvfølgelig dårlig. Hvordan fikser vi det? Der. Okay.
Altså lyden er god, når man...
Testing, okay, hvad nu? Testing, 1, 2.
1, 2.
Ja, der går lige lidt tid før den kommer i stream, men prøv lige at høre, om det her det er gjort det bedre. Fordi jeg har prøvet at sige til den skal bruge vores anden mikrofon, en computermikrofon. Det beklager jeg. Inde på vores Facebook-stream, der har han været ved at optage lyden fra laptopen, og så er det selvfølgelig dårlig kvalitet. Det har vi ikke lige været helt vågen på. Det er noget med opsætning. Men nu bør den hen fra Yeti'en, så der burde være bedre kvalitet nu. Og det tjekker Mathias lige. Kan du høre noget derinde, Mathias?
Ja,
Er det bedre?
det lyder bedre, meget bedre nu.
Meget bedre.
Nu i hvert fald, da du stod der. Hallo? Okay, er det lyden går nu? Så. Ja, det er super lyd nu.
Super. Vi har haft et teknisk problem,
Nå, for
og
fanden.
fordi vi ikke holder øje med chatten, så har vi desværre ikke været helt vågen på det.
Nå, for fanden.
Inde på Facebook, vi streamer jo både på Twitch og på Facebook.
Ja.
På Twitch, der er det fint nok. På Facebook, der har vi streamet med mikrofonen fra laptopen.
Jeg får også, at lyden ikke har været perfekt der.
Der har været nogen, der har brokkes lidt over det. Det kan jeg også godt forstå. Det var ikke særlig godt. Men vi har fået det rettet,
Okay,
så nu er lyden meget bedre end på Facebook. Så...
Smooth. Så.
Nå, det var jo en interessant chase.
Fucking sticks and stones will break my bones.
Du finder ud af udmærkningen på Facebook nu.
Super. Ja, det var den der opsætning. Det er mig, der ikke har været vågen. Det er fordi, at den der computer, det er min arbejdscomputer.
Ja, og der
kan
kan
I
lige testet lyden på Facebook. Men det var godt, at der nogen, der lige var quick til lige at sige, at vi havde dårlig lyd. Men der har vi et god lyd nu.
Ja, vi havde en conference call den anden dag, og så var jeg nødt til at ændre mikrofonopsætningen for at få det til at virke. Og så har jeg selvfølgelig glemt at ændre det tilbage. Så derfor så...
Ja, så nu
Går den lige lidt der. Men det er hermed løst.
Excellent.
Excellent!
Vi spiller på Krebshuset i Sorø. Det er åbent spil, så I kan komme ned og være med. Og ellers så starter vi et helt nyt spil kl. 8. Så når vi er færdige her, så tager vi lige en pause, og så starter vi et nyt spil igen kl. 8. Ellers så spiller vi også i morgen fra kl. 12. Det bliver så en anden DM, der spiller Defiance and Plan i stedet for det her Ravnica-spil, Krenko's Way, hvor vi spiller Ravnica, fordi at de har kørt noget Ravnica Legions pre-release inden siden af. Så kom ned og vær med, det er super hyggeligt.
Det er faktisk super hyggeligt.
Også inden siden af. Jeg så, vi sad og spillede noget
Smash Bros. Tror jeg.
Smash Brothers, og de sad og spiller Magic og nogle brætspil. Og...
Især Magic bliver vist brugt. Og de spiller også Dragon Ball, var nogen spillede kortspil, og noget andet kortspil også. Kortspil er meget populært.
Så endelig kom ned. Det er ikke kun bordrollespil, der er. Men det er der selvfølgelig også, hvis I gerne vil.
Der er alt det, som jeg er rigtig dårlig til, at spille bordrollespil.
Yes. Men det er også fint. Jeg behøver kun bordrollespil.
Nå.
All I need.
Jeg har credit på min næste.
Det er ikke sådan, det virker.
No!
Nå. Se, allerede det her med chase, det var noget, jeg var nødt til at improvisere. Jeg kender chase-reglerne, men det var jeg ikke helt forberedt på, der var noget chase. Alle med Vagters, det var også noget lidt improviseret. Jeg vidste godt, der var en contest. Jeg vidste godt, Vagters var en mulighed. At I så har taget en til fangen, det ændrer også lidt på tingene.
På verdenshistorien.
Så lad mig lige tænke mig om her.
Se, er det Liliana, vi har captured her? Den okay.
Det er interessant, hvis det var.
Og captured Placewalker.
Det
Jeg
er...
fanger ikke en Placewalker. No. En Placewalker til at fange dem.
Hvis de gider. Og så når du fanger dem, så slår du dig ihjel.
Hvis de ikke gør.
Look. You did. Ja, vi fanger ham her, og vi har bundet ham op, og han ligger nu
Jeg tænker på det
i hjørnet på
vores
vores...
stol eller sådan noget.
Ja. Ja, en stol. Jeg tror, vi har nået en stol og bundet ham fast til en stol. Inde på vores værelse hos... The in the shack. Which is cool.
Ja. Hvad ved han? Det er det, der er det interessante. Hvad ved han? Hvad ved han?
Jeg kender han sikkert, den får det her.
Hvad ved han? Okay, det kunne man selvfølgelig gøre. By 60, 20,000 for each other. Okay. Okay. Jamen, jeg ved godt, hvad vi gør.
Excellent.
Next morning, after you rested, you eaten some breakfast and sitting in the room, and the cultist wakes up.
And I'm actually sitting eating my breakfast looking at that.
He's bound to a chair.
Yep.
Oh, he's muffled as well. From something in his mouth. Good morning there, fella. Oh, you can't say anything. Oh,
Stravik is going to wait. Just going to kneel down in front of him, produce some flame in his hand. Alright, buddy. I had a tough day yesterday. And it hurt like a bitch to catch you. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna ask you some questions. You're going to answer every single one of them truthfully and in a satisfactory manner. If that doesn't happen, then I'm gonna shove my fiery hand so far up your ass you can taste the ash in your mouth. Understand?
Pull an intimidation check.
I'm gonna help him because I'm just gonna sit with a dagger and just like, yeah, I wonder what can
So
use
advantage.
this for.
Really intimidation.
Fucking hell. 5.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna unmuffle him so he can tell. Yeah.
You unmuffle him. He goes, what do you want to know?
Alright, so.
You know this guy called Krenko, right?
Yeah.
Krenko is his name, not Krenko.
Krenko,
Yeah.
He's a goblin. We kind of know that.
yeah, the mob boss.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Where is he?
How should I know?
Well, we do know that you guys helped him escape.
We know some Rakdos people helped him escape from his prison transport.
Okay.
And we need your help to find out where the fuck he is.
Okay. How can I help you?
You can
Tell us where he
is. Where the fuck he is.
I don't know where he is.
But you must have an idea of someone from your...
But if you say that that it's my guild that helped him escape,
Yes.
I could ask around, trying to find out what they know.
Mm-hmm.
That you may do. Well, you're gonna have an arrow in your head. Just like your friend back there.
And a mace in the kneecap.
Of course.
Shall we go and find out where he is?
I'm going to have to ask around the guild.
By the way, while he's sitting there, I'm just gonna frisk him for any gold.
Sure, he has 4 gold zenos.
I'll just take these for safekeeping. Put in my pocket.
Oh yes, of course.
Alright.
Where should
By the
I
way,
meet you with this information?
Does he have any weapons on him?
No, he dropped his
Yeah.
scimitar in the sewers.
I'll
Right, so you're gonna take us to, I don't know, someone who might know some more than you apparently do.
and you're gonna help us get some answers on this person as well.
And
I can take you there, but I don't think you'll be well received.
yeah,
Well, you are here to make sure that we are well received.
be warned.
I'm not sure I can do that.
Look,
Then it would be easier if I could gather the information and hand it over to you, let's say tomorrow.
yeah, we don't trust you. Look,
That's not.
if you're gonna betray us and there's in some sort of ambush, I can't vouch for our survival, but I can guarantee that my hammer here is going to send you to the moon and back. That's the first thing in that conflict.
That's why I would never betray you. You already killed my friend.
Smart boy.
You shot
It's
him.
not like you slaps him.
That is actually really, really easy to hit with this. And I just pull out an arrow and just like...
You actually shot him as well.
And by the way, you're not hard to hit either. Well, you have seen me. You're pretty lucky I didn't kill you straight out. Once. But don't make me do it twice.
No, of course not.
So, take us to your leader.
It's not a good idea.
I don't
For your
care.
sake.
Did I fucking stutter?
Okay.
I actually want to see if he's lying about the...
Do an insight check.
15 plus inside.
7. Lying about what?
About it's a good idea to go with him.
No, he genuinely is warning you that going with him is a really bad idea.
Okay, let's do it.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just like, okay, might have to be careful here. But yeah, well, lead the way, friend.
Okay.
And I untie him, just take out my knife and just like cut
Don't do
him.
that as anymore.
Okay, so
Dude just throws away all the stuff and like, let's improvise from now on, shall we?
Yes, improvise. I don't know Rakdos well enough for this.
I think something I'm pretty sure.
hvis du gerne vil gøre noget særligt for at få os tilbage på det rigtige spor, så bare sig til.
Ja, men jeg har aldrig været tilhænger af railroading, så...
Ja, det er fair.
Johanna, vi kan altid gå alle mulige andre retninger.
Krenko, who the fuck's Krenko? I'm gonna do this shit.
Well, fuck this shit anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna go do something else. Let's go kill Rakdos. Jeg ved, om der ikke er stats på ham her på. Rakdos. Det kunne være sjovt.
Det er cool.
Hey, der er ham der cyklopsen. Borritmos.
He's actually someone you
Challenge rating 18. Good luck with that.
Hvad vil vi ikke få slås mod ham?
Not really fans of going up against a Cyclops anyway. When you shoot
Yeah, Rakdos. Challenge rating 24.
24!
Okay, Demon Lord selvfølgelig.
So we just have to like gather a party of level 20 characters.
Let's just find the Rakdos.
Someone call Gideon.
Yeah. Rakdos. Demon worshipping artisans. Cult of Rakdos. Oh, that's a nice place. Why do they rank and renown? A Rakdos party. Performers, enemies and allies. How do they see the Gruul? The Gruul are our well-meaning cousins in chaos. How do the Gruul see Rakdos? Ja. Hvordan siger, her er der noget med det is it, hvordan siger is it the Rakdos? The Rakdos steer clear of these senseless riot fiends. Their enthusiasm is best appreciated from a distance. And how do the Gruul perceive them? Rakdos, the guild of fools. They waste the potential on acts of mockery while the real work of raising the sea remains undone. Okay, actually, interesting.
Woodbook, yes.
Oh, the coffees. Why did the coffee down there?
He will take you to his wingmaster.
Sweet. His wingmaster.
Wingmaster. The Rakdos is a cult of demon worshippers, set up in troops of artisans, and each troop has a ringmaster, also known as a leader. Yes. Permanent establishments that cater to dark desires are tucked away in the seediest neighborhoods of the city, such as the smelting quarters in Precinct 6 of the 10th District.
Oh, great.
So, Precinct 6,
Cool.
it'll take some time to get there.
It's been a while since I fucked with demon worshippers. It's fine.
It's fine.
And it will require transportation.
Transportation, is that far away?
Yes, it's that far away. It's in another precinct. Transportation is... Skal jeg lige lære at finde rundt i den på. Ravnica currency, convenience. Oh, look at that. Cup of coffee. More expensive than ale.
It's good, by the way. It's pretty good, the coffee ale.
Kill this. Oh, that's kills. I want the city. The 10th district, page 99. Ja, jeg skal lige ind i det her. Hvad var det, jeg sagde? Precinct.
Precinct 10 til Precinct 6.
District 10, Precinct 6.
Yes. Right. Ja, vi er Precinct 4.
Ja, det er forholdsvis langt væk.
That's fine.
Sewers, transit tunnels, nej, ja. Hvor har vi... Hvor har jeg læst om det her? Det er fordi, de har sådan... at du kan flyve fra det ene til den anden precinct.
Faktisk.
Ja,
det er Troy jo vant til.
Hvor har vi de der fra? Hvor er de der? Er det en?
Det røde mine.
Det er det røde en. Og den der?
Tror jeg var...
det var nuts.
Jeg kan selvfølgelig ikke huske, hvor jeg har læst det her. København.
Hvis man lige kigger, jeg skal lige tage et her.
Ja, det gør du bare, så finder jeg lige...
Blå? Så skal der.
Der er et eller andet. Fordi jeg leder efter prisen, men ellers må jeg bare finde på en eller anden pris.
Hvad så?
Så får jeg lige en chance til at kigge det her med til lige.
Just want to fight something. Det var det bedste. Jeg plejer altså at starte min egen party på mindst level 3. For det er level 3, hvor klasserne faktisk begynder at sprede sig ud og ikke være useless. Specielt casters.
De siger jo også, at level 1 og 2, det er jo intro-levels for at introducere. Hvis du for eksempel tager en 3rd edition character fra level 1, det svarer faktisk til en 3rd level karakter i 5th edition. Og så er det først, når du kommer højere op i level, at det så udligner sig selv. Life in the big city. Vi er i måneden, der hedder Zoom. Nej, Grieve.
Det er der på alle de her navne.
Ravnica er fra 2005. Så vi har haft 13 år til at arbejde. Ja.
Så der er meget investering.
Men det er første gang, at de har sat det i D&D. Den første kom, hedder The City... Ravnica, City of Guilds. Det hedder The Expansion i Magic.
Ja, City of Guilds. Som by the way, havde ret fed på. Men de er ikke engang, det er for de for 2013. City of Guilds.
The Undercity. Beneath the Streets Media. Nå. Kigger det sidste så. Fordi det er noget med Comforts of Civilization. Jeg kan se, hvor det er der står.
Hvor fanden er det, vi bare skruer lidt op for den her radiator?
Det kan jeg sikkert også gøre.
Det kunne måske også gøre.
Så det er det der. Nej. Circus-like spectacles of the cult of Rakdos. Ja, nå, fedt. Det er det her med, at man har læst bogen, og så kan man selvfølgelig ikke huske, hvor det stod her.
Ja, for fanden.
Men Precinct 6, ja, så lad os gå over til Precinct 6. Helt får vi se her. Så længe det er hyggeligt, så er det fint.
Nu tror jeg ikke, jeg kommer til at spille mere end 2,5 timer længere, men det der ildshow, der er senere, det var rigtig gammelt. Altså.
Ja, men det skal vi også lige se.
Ja, det bliver nødt til.
Vi har 2,5 timer til at finde Krenko, ellers så...
Nu er vi snart... Så skal vi...
Nå, Precinct 6. Det der sker, det er... what happens is you travel with this cultist of Rakdos over to one of these platforms where you can take one of these flying ships from one precinct to another precinct.
We do that.
And you fly to Precinct 6, which lies far to the southwest of District 10, and much lower than Precinct
How much does it cost?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Which I couldn't.
Let's just say it costs.
I think it's something like 1 or 10 Xenos.
I hope that it's 1. Right.
I think it's 1 Xeno when it's from a main area to another main area. It's more if you want to go to
No.
private landing.
I got this. And then I turn to...
Kom ind.
Tak. Goddag det her. Velkommen til. Tak. Michael. Hej. Hvad fanden?
Det er et par år siden.
Det er sgu da.
Ja.
Godt se dig.
I lige måde.
Du er stadig i live.
Jeg er stadig i live af en eller anden årsag.
Er du en del af det her?
Jeg er med til at sætte alt det her.
Han er en af bestyrelsesmedlemmer fra foreningen, der kører de her.
Og det er en ting, jeg synes jeg også er genkende, men det kan jeg så ikke lige placere til genkende.
Jeg har været forbi og snakke, men...
Nej, okay. Nå, men fedt. Det er jo kanon. Asger, som jo sådan lidt er en forlængelse af mine arme nu, hvor jeg jonglerer med 60.000 forskellige bolde. Han har fået til opgave at håndtere meget af det her sådan, community, der kommer ind her, og han fortalte mig lige hurtigt, hvad konceptet var. Det er jo sådan fremragende. Og stedet her er jo perfekt til det.
Til det.
Så du kan jo hilse på vores stream. Vi streamer både på jeres Facebook og på vores...
Ja, det kan du så. Pæn goddag.
Det er Michael.
Han er ejer af Krebshuset.
Yes.
Ja. Og Kelso og
Kelso.
Snart hele verden til nørder. det er målsætningen også.
Ja, verdenshandlet, det kommer punkt 2.
Ja, så vi skal lige
Step 1. Ja, Krebshuset. Step 2. Start mission til Krebshuset.
Præcis. Ja. De ved ikke, hvad der kommer. Stormen den vinter. Det er super fedt, og max på at støtte op omkring det, så I må endelig også sige til, hvis der er nogle konceptting, I har brug for til den, så er det helt klart klar til at give en kasse.
Ja, vi arbejder jo på at køre det her Epic den ene weekend.
25. maj.
Der har vi snakket om det, hvis vi alligevel kører Games Gathering hver anden.
Ja, vi skal helt sikkert med det, er det klart.
Jeg ved, Asger han har snakket om at prøve at sætte det Games Gathering marts på samme tid som vores... vi har noget åbent hus, hvor vi får en klub fra Skælskør med.
Fedt.
Og det kunne det også være fedt at sætte Games Gathering samme weekend.
Klart, det får vi på den her.
Næste søndag kommer Christian, han kommer også i morgen, men ellers så kommer han næste søndag med nogle børn fra Dalmose, som er fra Slagelse, og spiller nogle rollespil.
Fedt.
Og så har vi det her i starten af oktober, hvor med på Røde Korsets indsamlingsdag, hvor vi også kører i 3 dage og spiller nogle bordrollespillere. Så
og vi har jo så sindssygt meget opmærksomhed ude fra lokalbefolkningen. Alle har deres øjne på os. Vi kom til jul her, vi havde egentlig regnet med, at det bare ville være sådan noget, når der er ikke rigtig nogen, der forstyrrer os, og så har vi et par måneder til at komme os, og lige fra dag 1, så var der bare folk ude. Hotellet fuldt belagt, og restauranten og selskaber frem og tilbage. Så vi er blevet presset, og det har været rigtig fedt, men nu tror jeg på, når vi rammer slut februar og marts, at det er der, vi begynder at have noget overskud til at begynde at bygge nogle ting op. Så når først vi trykker på vores marketingknapper, så bliver der også en masse opmærksomhed omkring sådan noget.
så må jeg også sige til, hvis der er noget, vi kan hjælpe med.
Det er jo absolut, der er brug for, at vi kommer gerne og join.
Det allerbedste af det, I gør nu, det her med at danne nogle communities. Lad os komme ind på den her, nu har vi den hedder en Kelso community, men det kan hedde whatever det nu skal være. Lad os få lavet sådan en gruppe, der ligesom er centreret omkring stedet her, som gør opmærksom på alle de ting, der er herude, fordi man kan sige sådan en dag som i dag, hvor vi overhovedet ikke har markedsført os, det er kun i vores egne kanaler, altså på Facebook og så videre, og word to mouth. Der er alligevel så meget liv nu, at folk får en rigtig god, unik oplevelse. Ikke? Jeg forestiller mig, at hvis man havde smidt nogle penge efter, eller lavet nogle konkurrencer eller et eller andet, så det kommer ud i æderen det her, så kan der komme rigtig mange, som synes, det er en fed måde at bruge en weekend på. Ikke?
Ja, og der er vores plan også, for eksempel til det her Epic i maj, der har vi i hvert fald 6 spore, som Wizards of the Coast, de er helt oppe. Yes.
Det kan jeg forstå, ja.
Så vi venter bare på at få eventyr fra dem.
Ja, jeg har arbejdet med, Pathfinder Society før i tiden, som I sikkert kender, som jo er fremragende. Har de noget tilsvarende Wizards, hvor du kan komme ind og ud med din egen karakter, og der er noget sådan kontinuerligt?
Ja, Adventures League.
Ja.
Adventures League, ja. Er det det, I kører så?
Nej, for problemet med Adventures League er, at det ikke er særlig populært.
Nå, så har de gjort noget forkert, så.
De har gjort mange ting forkert med Adventures League.
Men hele det her Epic, det kører med det system, og man kan godt, vi bruger lidt af det samme system.
Er det så open source, eller er det Wizards eget så?
Det er faktisk open source. Det er gratis. Du kan gå ind på DM Skills, så kan du downloade de gratis regler. Og så har de gjort det på den måde, at hvis du gerne vil spille med visse karakterer, så skal du have deres bøger, for at kunne spille med den karakter. Så hvis du gerne vil spille Goblin, så skal du have deres bog med Goblin. Men ellers kan du sådan set godt lave en basic character med basic rules helt gratis.
Okay.
Og til Epic, der kører vi 100% AL. Til andre arrangementer, det kommer lidt an på, hvem spillerne er. Hvis spillerne kommer og gerne vil spille med AL, så er vi selvfølgelig åbne for det. Og så kører vi med det system. Det gør vi sådan set også her, fordi vi har de her karakterer, vi har lavet her, der har vi sådan set brugt AL til det. Så de er AL godkendt.
Fedt.
Men vi logger det bare ikke, undtagen hvis der er en spiller, der efterspørger det.
Okay.
Og vi har basically lavet karakter over Magic Card.
Ja, det kan jeg se, ja.
Så vi kan
Og nu ved jeg så ikke med det her eventyr, Krenko's Way. Jeg ved ikke, om det er AL-godkendt. Det tror jeg faktisk ikke, det er. Det er også noget med, at du skal spille nogle bestemte spil. Men det, som Christian kommer og spiller i morgen, det er AL-godkendt.
Ja, det er også utroligt fedt med overlappet. Det er et rigtig godt tidspunkt også, kan man sige, i forhold til, at de endelig har fundet ud af, hvordan de kunne linke de to ting sammen, for det er jo bare oplagt.
Det har også kun taget dem 20 år.
Ja, men ja, det er jo selvfølgelig også noget med integriteten, det skal gøres ordentligt,
Ja,
og det synes jeg egentlig formår fornuftigt med Ravnica, ikke? Også med feedback eller noget.
Det er også derfor, vi vil ikke hænge os op på AL. Det giver for mange restriktioner. Okay. Og det vi er åbent, så kan vi nemlig lave det her, hvor vi kan reklamere for Ravnica, uden at være bundet af AL.
Ja.
Men som sagt, hvis der er nogen derude, der gerne vil komme og spille AL, så er vi åbne for det.
Ja, helt sikkert. Uanset hvad, så støtter vi op omkring det, så det kan jo være, hvis der kommer nok interesse omkring det, at vi kan enten tale med Wizards eller prøve reglerne, eller finde på vores eget, der er fedt nok til, at folk gider det.
Ja, ligesom
vi har snakket om at køre mere af vores eget.
Helt sikkert.
Men selvfølgelig, hvis der også er nogen, der kommer fra andre lande, så er det også meget godt ved, at vi kan køre AL. Og,
vi er rimelig fleksible, tror jeg.
Ja.
Fedt.
Det er vi. Så det er op til, hvad I vil, og hvad Wizards vil, og hvad spillerne vil.
Vi vil bare have liv og glæde af. Det er basically
det. Er vi også, det er vi også med.
Så der er vi ret meget bølge, kan jeg fornemme.
Ja.
Det var reklamerer vi så også, hvor jeg har sat sådan nogle indmeldelsesblanketter. D&Danmark er en ny forening, der kommer til her i december.
Yes.
Og det er sådan, at man kan melde sig ind helt gratis. Det er gratis eller medlem, mest fordi vi ikke har styr på økonomi nu. Så alt hvad vi laver, det er gratis, og det er gratis eller medlem.
Fornemt det her.
Og det man får ud af, det er nyheder, så man ved, hvornår sker hvad, og så kan man komme ned til de arrangementer.
Og det kan man også selv være med til at sætte arrangementer op. Så det er basically et sted, hvor folk kan sætte ting op, og hvis man er Dungeon Master, man tænker, jeg vil gerne lave en kampagne, jeg har nogle spillere, så man slå det op der, så kan man få folk med ind.
Og vi kører allerede spil på hospitaler, og til LAN, og til andre mindre arrangementer. Og der er ideen i længden af, især til de her LAN, hvor vi har været rigtig populære. Der har vi haft, sidst jeg var med, havde vi 3 borde.
Vi havde 3 borde, vi regnede med, at vi kun skulle have 1, så vi havde lige pludselig 35, der var interesseret. Så
og
vi har travlt.
Ideen i længden er, at når vi laver de aftaler med LAN'ene, så får vi lidt af dem, og så kan de også give lidt.
Ja, det er da også kun fair.
Giver vi også lidt til dem.
Det går begge veje, det skal vi helt sikkert også tale.
Men som det er nu, så kører vi rent for at skabe aktivitet, og derfor er der heller ikke penge involveret på nogle tidspunkt.
Nej.
Men det kan jo være, at det kommer, hvis vi gerne vil lave mere.
Ja, opgradere.
Ja. Og så er det selvfølgelig medlemmerne, som får lov til at bestemme det, fordi dem, der vil sig nu, det er jo også dem, som får lov til at bestemme, hvilken vej foreningen skal gå.
Selvfølgelig. Og hvordan med sådan sammenspillet med noget fysisk, noget LARP, et eller andet den stil? Er det noget, I har overvejet også? Fordi stedet her er jo, og det får vi også enormt mange henvendelser og support omkring, er jo oplagt til at lave et mix på en eller anden måde. Og selvom man ikke behøver at løbe ud og i skoven og slå på hinanden med papsfærd, så kunne man jo måske lave et ritual, og man kunne gøre nogle ting som sted her. Der er nogle romantik og mystik over hele stedet her. Så det er jo i hvert fald også noget, vi kan byde ind med her, fordi vi har jo et stort græsareal og noget sø og noget skov og så videre. Ikke? Ja. Så det er mere, så tænker, hvis man på et tidspunkt skal opgradere konceptet, og måske netop bruge nogle penge på at sige, nu har vi et event af en eller anden art, så er det jo en rigtig fed måde at hvad skal man sige, eskalere det, ikke?
Jamen jeg vil da foreslå, at I begge to skal være ind, så får I også nyhederne, så kan I også være med til.
Ja, det gør vi da helt sikkert.
Jeg har faktisk ikke tænkt over det, så det er en god idé, hvis vi tog fat i Næstveds Rollespilsforening. Ja, de er meget, meget villige til at samarbejde, så der kan vi jo snakke med dem. Jeg ved, I skal have med Bifrost i øjeblikket, så der er rigtig meget arbejde.
Har et tæt samarbejde med Rollespilsfabrikken, med mange af de folk derfra, og Joe
har også. Christian er faktisk begyndt at sætte noget op.
Ja, han er begyndt at sætte noget op hos dem. Ja. Og Bifrost, de er egentlig super interesserede. Det eneste, der er et problem for os lige nu, det er, at vi skal være en fuldblods forening.
Ja, vi skal have økonomi med, og så skal de have penge, og det kræver, at der er kontingent. Og
men de er super interesserede.
Men det kommer rimelig hurtigt med den fart, der kommer til at være.
Men de er meget interesserede i at hjælpe med at få sat op og finde spillere og ting. Så de hjælper gerne til. Vi får også som den endnu, så vi har.
Men foreningen er helt ny. Vi oprettet i december måned, så derfor så prøver vi.
Ja, der er ikke nogen til at rush det. Altså. Vi har 2 af designerne, som er med til både at designe og køre det der, mange af de events, som Joe bare kører, som vi kender i Polen, bor her hos mig i øjeblikket på hotelværelser og arbejder som designer og udvikler her hos os. Så vi har også en masse kreative kræfter her, som vi benytter os af for virkelig at presse de her ting frem. Så det er jo også et sted, vi kan begynde at lave noget sammen.
Men nok om det. For nu hyggede jeg lidt. Jeg håber, at der falder noget til senere. Der er nogle andre events. Vi har stand-up-komikere, ildshow og alt muligt.
Vores plan er kl. 7, så er der det der ildshow.
Ja, 18 er der stand-up-comedy. Tror jeg, det er blevet rykket til. Og så kan det godt passe det. Jeg tror, jeg synes, at det var 21 eller fredagshow. Jeg er ikke sikker på det, men det står altså på.
Det står i øvelsesplanen.
Om ikke andet, så skal vi nok lige komme ind og banke på under der.
Ja, tak.
Og så tænker jeg, at så i aften, når hovedturneringen er færdig, så er der sikkert nogle flere, der er interesseret i at vinde et eller andet, hvis I har noget igen. Jeg forstår, der var planer om noget senere på aftenen igen.
Ja, vi starter et nyt spil op kl. 8.
Jeg er rimelig sikker på, at man skal sidde på flere ombord.
Ja. Og så sagt, vi starter et spil i morgen kl. 12, og det bliver Defiance in Flan, det er 100% AL.
Fedt. God fornøjelse med det. Vi ses senere.
Hej.
Hej.
Hvor kommer du fra? Starship til
Ja, jeg var ved at
Precinct 6.
introducere os, og I var kommet til Precinct 6.
Og
Precinct
vi skal
6.
tre seniors, og jeg vender mig om til vores nye ven. Hvad han hedder?
Nå, jeg faktisk
Det ved jeg
Han hedder ikke noget. Ham der.
Hvad hedder han?
Hvad hedder han?
What's his name?
Mikey.
Mikey.
Mikey. So Rox turns around to Mikey and says, well, I guess you're paying, friend. And I take the...
Det kan jeg ikke, fordi du har taget
I take the three seniors that I took from him and pays for the action.
Precinct 6. Large warehouses, major thoroughfares, and nondescript worker tenements make the utilitarian Precinct 6 a hub of activity for shipping, storage, and other mercantile concerns in the 10th district. Wide cobblestone streets allow for the passage of beasts and constructs that transport raw goods from points beyond the 10th district, and for the shipping of manufactured materials back. The demands of commerce keep the area constantly active, and the inconspicuous nature of the warehouses makes them popular as rendezvous points for all sorts of transactions, legal and illicit. At night, lurking undead and the horrors of the Undercity coming up from the Deadbridge Chasm keep wary citizens indoors, while a few people who deal in sinister magic seek the monsters out for nefarious purposes.
Oh shit, there'll be zombies.
Smelting quarter. People who live in the working class precinct are often practical minded and thus tolerant of some degree of illicit activity. Being a good neighbor means keeping to yourself, unless you live in the smelting quarter, which is where the Rakdos cultist brings you. Here, the atmosphere is much more raucous. The Boros Legion rents many of the warehouses to store manufactured goods from the smelting quarter. The cult of Rakdos operates a number of pain clubs throughout the precinct, especially around Tin Street.
Pain clubs?
And Rakdos street performances are more common in Precinct 6 than anywhere else in the 10th district.
Okay, masochist clubs. Gotcha.
So what's a pain club?
Pain club is a club where you can go to, where you get naked and tied up and submitted to pain for your pleasure. Sounds like little
Lily would should fit in just nice here. But I don't think Rox really do like pain at all. So he's just like, yeah, where are we going, friend?
He brings you to the Gore House.
The Gore House?
Yes,
Just
the
keeps
Gore
going.
House
Right.
is a Rakdos club run by a Viashinum, lizard folk, for those who don't know magic, named Nyarser. It occupies a defunct factory in the south end of the smelting quarter.
Yeah.
A Gore House.
What's
Is there any information on Gore houses? What does the chat say? Does the chat say anything about, do they know about Gore houses in Magic the Gathering?
I don't know. But I guess we can find out. What's a Gore House in Magic the Gathering? Gore House.
Let's see what Google says. Gore House Chainwalker, return to Ravnica. Well, it is a card, that much I can tell you. Is it
I think I've had that card once upon a time, actually.
Gore House Chainwalker?
Yeah.
A Gore House Chainwalker. If the pig's blood drips on you, you're next on the chain. The Gore House is an area lit up by large fires. It's an entertainment establishment a bit of a slaughterhouse where they cut up animals, especially pigs, and use them in a variety of games. One of these games that they have a chain far, far above, where a person is sent up holding the head of a pig, newly slaughtered, and you then have to walk along this chain without falling down. If you fall down, you fall to your death, and reach the other side. Anyone who is hit by blood from the head of this pig is apprehended and then sent up there to walk the chain with the head of a pig.
I don't like. Don't get hit by blood and just get to the other side. Pretty easy.
I would like you to start by rolling a dexterity saving throw to see if whether or not you get hit by any of this.
Can we just, not get close to the area of the blood rain?
Possibly, but I'd still like you to roll so that I know if you get close whether you get hit or not.
Fucking
crit.
So,
Alright.
Natural roll. Natural.
What was his name? I think I forgot.
Mickey.
Mickey.
No, Mikey.
Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey sounds good. Mickey is.
Mikey.
It's a little bit weird, but yeah.
Mikey brings you through this gore house to his ringmaster. What was the ringmaster? See, I learned a lot about Magic the Gathering from playing as well. Especially when we go off.
So just like leaning into Mikey's ear. And remember, to your ass on the line.
Yeah.
Of course.
I poke him in the back with my knife.
Ooh.
Go.
You do notice, however, as you're moving through the gore house, why he's warned you about coming here. Because you're outnumbered. You're drastically outnumbered. How many right now?
It's not like we did not expect that.
No. We kind of knew that already. We're not really here to fight. For now.
You count somewhere between 30 and 40 other Rakdos cultists.
Easy.
So if a fight erupts between you and the Rakdos,
We die.
Gotcha.
and that's without counting the ringmaster. The ringmaster is the one that commands the show. He has a renown of 50 or higher. He's the one that determines performance on stage and the final bloody act of the show, which means that he decides who lives and who dies. It's not uncommon for the gore house to kill off some of their performance as part of the performance.
Well, we're not part of the performance, are we?
Nope. That seems
Not
like
yet.
bad marketing.
And they are usually sought after by the Azorius. They usually have a criminal record. The ringmaster here is actually mistress, a woman. Beautiful, very pale woman in red clothes, leather barding, big horns. A lot of them wear horns to symbolize their allegiance to Rakdos, the demon.
I thought it was a tiefling for a moment.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we meet the Tiefling.
You meet Lilith.
You meet later. It's a character from our weekly game.
Yes, we stream every Tuesday from 9 o'clock on Twitch, where Matthias is playing a demon-worshipping tiefling known as Lilith.
Nice.
And she's really hot and likes to be nasty. Really?
We can say it's a tiefling. We can say it's a character that resembles Lilith a lot. It's in different world, but we'll take the same character.
As long as she doesn't get horn envy, I'm good.
Mikey goes, my lady, these people request an audience with you. Lilith waves her hand, indicating that you may come forth and speak.
And guess who goes first? The goblin just gets right up and just crosses his arms and
Master Lilith, we need your assistance. We've been given the task to find a certain goblin crime boss named Krenko. And we have from some pretty convincing sources that some of Rakdos' worshippers might have helped in his escape. Now, we don't want to cause any trouble, but especially not for you, of course. But we do have to find him. So we're wondering if you could maybe give us any leads as to what his current position is.
Oh, and by the way, Mikey here just kind of helpfully brought us here. He was pretty sure that you could maybe help us out. Right, right, Mikey? And I just poke him in the back, like sneakily in the back with the knife.
So you're the ones that have been hired to find Krenko.
Oh, how did you know that?
I know a lot. Especially when it concerns Krenko.
Wise, as well.
But why is that? If I may ask so bold.
That's what the adventure also asks. Who were Krenko's allies? How do they respond to your actions? I don't know.
I can tell you, for a bit of help, we are of course interested in offering us shared services.
Yeah.
In any way you might need.
Oh yes, perfect.
You might treat a favor for a favor.
Look at that.
I mean, we don't have much in the way of gold, but I can make you some pretty nice pieces if you want.
Rakdos character goal, Rakdos villains, called the Rakdos.
What's the villain?
I'm going to use the book to help me figure out. I had some ideas, but I'm going to use some more.
Go on ahead.
Alright. And then we have a villain. Let's see, how much do we know about Lilith?
The horny lady is now called Lilith. So.
He's now officially called Lilith. Double LH sound.
And give me something I can use here. God damn it. It's coming in so badly. She says, why would I help you find Krenko when I want Krenko to succeed?
In what?
Why do you want Krenko to succeed in the first place?
We could help out, you know. We're pretty resourceful. And good looking.
So you're willing to help me achieve my goals. That means you're willing to help Krenko achieve his goals.
Now see, Mistress, I'm just a little bit confused here. As far as I know, Krenko's gangs and the Rakdos worshippers don't exactly mix up, so I'm curious, what exactly did he offer you that would make that risk worth it?
What's your game plan?
I'm not about to reveal the final act of my performance, but if you are truly willing to help, then I am willing to give you some information.
We can work with that.
What do you want?
Krenko has some enemies,
Of course.
mainly the Shadow Gang brothers.
Well, I figured out since you killed one of them.
Exactly. They want revenge against Krenko. And it's only a matter of time before war erupts between the Shadow Gang and Krenko's gang. But if I send you in to take out the Shadow Gang, it will cement Krenko's power.
I still don't understand why you want Krenko to have the power.
Like I said, everything in good time. It will be an explosive performance. It will end with a big bang. It will be
How about this?
fantastic.
How about this?
Big bang, sure.
we might be able to take out both the Shadow Gang and Krenko, and that leaves the power vacuum up to you.
Yeah.
Or to you.
To us.
But we're
Do I look
two,
like-
and you're like,
Do I look like a kind of man who wants to be in a gang? I'm in this for the
well, I've been in gangs, and gangs not really my style. I just like shiny things,
Look.
and I can be bought.
Okay, Mr.
You're from the Izzard League. You're from the Gruul clans.
Correct.
You're pretty knowledgeable.
I'm sure that the Izzard League and the Gruul clans are also interested in taking this power vacuum that Krenko will leave.
Here's.
But if Krenko stays in power, the Rakdos might be able to take the power vacuum without any opposition from the Gruul clans or the Izzard League. And I'm now offering you a possibility to join Rakdos.
Then I'm pretty sure we need some kind of information about what is this.
The cult of Rakdos.
Exactly. So,
You do not know what the cult of Rakdos is.
Devil worshipping masochistic clan of enjoyment and drinking. Just imagine like a million hedonists.
I have no knowledge of demons, and I do like drinking, and I do like to see people suffer at times.
Well, we seek the same as the Gruul clans. We want to take society down a peg. We want to raise civilization to the dirt. You know, common ground.
I can live with that. Just make sure that there's maybe a bit of coin in there. I'm in.
Well, we do recruit wayward souls. Our only requirement is the worship of an ancient demon lord, the only true power in this world, Rakdos.
Who is this Rakdos guy?
Demon overlord.
Rakdos is a demon, also known as a legendary card in Magic the Gathering.
Fun fact. Okay, so he's this demon kind of guy.
Most of our cultists are performers, but we do have some other followers. And if you're willing to pledge your allegiance to Rakdos, then I can show you to him.
Well, I'm not really against it.
Look. However I go out of this, I'm gonna need at least 100 Cenos to make up for my time. Think you can do that?
I think that sounds
Now I don't have any real love for my employers. I'm not even entirely sure who they are. But gold is gold. I'm gonna need something. Now you can either tell us where Krenko is and we can finish this entire thing, and I'm offering my services as a smith, transporter, as a way-in. I know some powerful people.
And I got some special skill set in acquiring, especially objects.
So, what do you say? I just need to find Krenko.
I will let Rakdos decide.
So we gotta meet this guy?
I don't think we want
If you
to.
are ready to pledge to change guild. That's what I name changing guilds. Changing guilds!
This turned out really, really weird.
This is not what I wanted!
Well, it's either that or die here, so I'm not really like feeling
If
it.
events in your character's adventuring career warrant it, you can abandon membership in one guild and join a different one.
Yeah, we could kind of.
You can rarely go back. The DM decides what requirements you must meet to join the new guild. Some guilds welcome new recruits to make the process as simple as possible.
Can you change guild undercover?
No.
You will lose your background feature. Or you
Depends.
will lose your background. Deep background. You won't use. You don't lose your
But I'm a
background.
criminal, so.
So your renown score will return to 0.
It's still so.
Privileges. For example, the character uses the new guild doesn't give you anything that is sublime knowledge. No. Take common sense. Do you want to change guild? You have some family that you'll be abandoning.
No, I'm staying where I am. I got enough on the table.
Well, my brother don't really care anything. And my father totally doesn't care that change guild. He's like, yeah, go for it. Get out of my sight. So yeah, I'm good.
Look, Lilith, we just want to get this over with, you know?
Huh?
And look at it this way. If you help us get Krenko out of the way, we can pass your name along. Get you some new friends in high places.
Oh my.
Like I said before, I am not going to help you take out Krenko, but I am going to help you take out the Shadow Gang. And you are welcome to join Rakdos if you so wish.
No, I think
Can I
That
confirm
is the deal on the table.
No, I don't think we have a deal.
What will happen if we choose to no deal?
Look, man, you're offering us to abandon the few allegiances we have, lose the promised money, go up against an entire gang that have done nothing wrong to us, and abandon a rightful contract that we took. And I don't really see where we win in any of this, except for the fact that we get to fuck some demon worshipping blood hedonists.
I am offering you to join the only true guild. The guild that follows the most powerful being in this world. The guild that will take over everything when the time comes. I am offering you power beyond your imagining. And 100 gold, 100 Xenos, that is nothing compared to what I'm offering and what Rakdos can offer. And sure, the Shadow Gang probably hasn't done anything, but by taking them out, you might end up ruling over Precinct 4.
I have one thing. I have one condition. Spare my brother. He's in the Crow clans, and his name's Rick. He's in actually the Styx clan. He's not to be touched. If that's gonna happen, then
You know, I thought I met crazy people and I said that this beats all of them.
så.
Hvor mange ekstra stole har I herinde?
4 det er i hvert fald, og
Okay.
Du er velkommen til at tage stolen.
Det gider jeg ikke.
no.
Jeg skal bare høre det.
Om der er plads?
Så sagde min kollega, at der var nogen et andet sted.
Ja, der er nogen nede i kælderen et eller andet sted.
Hvor han spiller, ikke?
Ja, jeg har begge 2 spillere, så hvis du vil spille med, så er der pladser.
Jeg har desværre ikke tid, jeg skal arbejde.
Ja, too bad. Men hvis
Ellers så sig det videre. Der er masser af plads til masser af andre spillere.
Men det er jo pre-lavet karakterer jo.
blandt andet.
Man kan også godt lave sin egen karakter. Det er mere, så er det hurtigt at hoppe ind og ud. Ja. Og ellers så starter vi jo et nyt spil kl. 8, så man har mulighed for at komme med lidt før. Og så,
godt kl. 8.
så har man jo mulighed. Og vi har lavet det på den måde, at hvis man kommer med et Ravnica Allegiance kort, sætter på bordet, siger, jeg vil gerne spille det her kort, så skal vi nok lave den karakter.
Okay.
Så er det bare at møde op. Så kan man selv en pre-gen, eller lave sin egen, eller vælge et magic kort og spille det.
Det går da. Høv nogle af de andre med, hvis de er...
Og de har været meget kreative. De har gået helt væk fra det eventyr, vi startede.
Ja. Vi har smidt eventyret ud.
Du er ikke planlagt.
Så jeg vil gerne spille noget fra Simic.
Ja.
Ja.
Jeg har 2 pre-gen Simics, og ellers skal du komme med kort, eller også skal du lave dit egen.
Jeg vil godt spille den der Fish Octopus Shaman.
Ja. Jeg tror faktisk,
jeg tror faktisk, det er
Det er
den der
en krabbe, tror jeg.
Jeg tror, vi har den her. Jeg vil lige se, om jeg kan finde den. Vi har den her.
Elf Crab Wall.
Og så har vi den her. Og så tror jeg havde en Simic mere, men jeg er ikke sikker på, at jeg fik den lavet. Jeg havde en mere, men den fik jeg ikke lavet. Men ellers kan man jo lave en til.
Jeg finder et kort.
Ja, det gør du bare.
Skal man have kortet fysisk?
Det er det med, at det gør det nemmere for mig at lave karakteren, der svarer til det kort, hvis man har kortet. Men nej, man behøver det ikke fysisk. Du kan jo bare skrive det til mig.
Right.
Nå, så jeres party er også split. En af dem vil gerne, en anden vil ikke. Hvad der sker, hvis I siger nej, no deal?
Basically, I'm just looking at I'm looking at it watching.
Well, no deal. You are free to stay and enjoy the show. And then once you're done, go home.
Alright, how much
And
do
know
you...
that we shall be victorious.
How much do I need to put on the table for you to tell me where Krenko is?
I'm not in this for gold.
He's
What I
actually
need to
basically-
offer for you to tell us where
Your
Krenko is.
allegiance.
What apart from... Look, okay. Do you want...
Can I bluff my way out of this? Can I bluff a legion check?
Maybe?
Okay, look at this lady.
But
I can make you...
And Rox just turns around and asks Chance, maybe you should just go home and give you a wink.
1 moment. Look, lady, I can make you some pretty nifty pieces if you like. I can give them to her for a reduced price if you need them. I'm talking chains, or weapons, or spears, or hell, I'd rather make your kick-ass dildo if you so desire. Whatever the case, I just need the fucking address. I'm not interested in your cults. I'm not interested in your gang war. I just need to find this fucking goblin and get him to prison. Think you can help with that? Hey, think you can help me with that?
I'm not interested in Krenko in prison.
As I said, friend, maybe you should just go home.
He turns around and starts walking out.
So, my lady, this allegiance thing you were talking about, to get on with it? Rox says and turns to,
Okay. She gets up and says, follow me.
and as you, I'm just gonna slightly, when you, I guess at one point you might look back, I'm just giving you the thumbs up.
And you never see your new friend ever again.
Friend is a rash word.
She brings you to the underworld.
The underworld?
Yes. Down to Rick's Marty.
What's the
The
underworld?
demon vestibule.
How does she bring me there? So you can take a giant elevator down the earth?
What does it say? Rick's Marty is known as the Dungeon Palace, the guild hall of the cult of Rakdos.
Alright.
Very nice.
Okay. Pretty fiery.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not sure Rox really likes what he's getting
Nope.
himself into.
Well, yeah. Så det her. Og, hvad står der? Der står, it's a lava-filled lair of the demon himself. An immense crumbling red stone case called the Demon Vestibule begins the journey from the smelting district and down into the depths, treating travelers to terrifying images depicted on banners as they descend.
I don't really care.
Farther down, the temperature rises and the passage eventually opens up into the festival grounds where the bloodiest performances of the Rakdos and their torturous equipment are on display. And you are brought before Rakdos himself to pledge your allegiance to him and change your guild.
For now.
You won't. So you have a choice. Either you
Bluff.
pledge your allegiance and you won't be able to rejoin the guild, or you can try and bluff your way past a huge challenge 24 fiend. What do you want to do?
I guess he,
Do you want to pledge allegiance and hope that the demon does not see through your lies?
Shopping, man. Let's lie to
with
the
my
demon.
8 charisma, I'm pretty sure I'm, by the way, I'm not that good at lying.
Go
Maybe
on, do
I
it.
should, anyway, I don't really like my clan.
Do you want to roll deception or do you want to change guild?
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna change it.
You're going to change guild? Can turn your back to your guild.
No, I do it for a greater cause.
What cause?
Go on.
Because you're now agreeing to help Krenko instead of bringing him to justice.
Yeah, well, about that, I'm gonna bluff that. But
Well, that is not the part that
Tre forskellige vagter skåret.
no, they can kick me out of the guild afterwards. But
the demon. Very nice.
holy shit, that's fucking Diablo.
And oh shit. Same here.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It's a long ceremony which takes the whole day. and you eventually pledge your allegiance, change guild. It's quite easy. And to prove your worth, so you're still in between. Well, you're no longer part of the Gruul guild, that's for sure. But before you can fully join the Rector's Guild, you will have to prove your worth by by defeating the Shadow Gang, by ensuring that they do not intervene with Krenko's plans.
Mother cunt.
Well, I have a plan.
But you spend the day with this, and next day you meet back up at the shack, and we will get back to the adventure and see what happens.
I get into the shack and I'm like,
You do see your friend again.
yeah, and I meet up and like, fuck man, that place, and I just got a fucking burn mark on my fucking arm.
You made it deal, didn't you?
Yeah, well I got branded as well, so that pretty much sucks. Aside from that, I'm pretty sure I'm able to get the information that you are gonna need.
You are also running out of time.
Me? Who?
Me.
Both of you. Because in the evening, during the night, before you meet up in the morning, there have been several large explosions by Foundry Street. And violence has erupted between a number of goblins there. The Liev column from the Azorius law enforcement has been dispatched to the Foundry Street to take care of these disturbances. But these explosions have continued throughout the night.
So I guess you haven't solved it yet.
And you also learned from the cult of Rakdos that you have about half a day left to stop the Shadow Gangs. You have a half a day left before Krenko's plans come to fruition. So you have half a day to protect Krenko. If you can protect him for half a day from the Shadow Gang, he will succeed in his plans.
Then he will.
That means
then
you
he
learn
will-
that you have half a day to arrest him.
Yeah, great. Okay.
What are we gonna do, man?
I think we find the Shadow Gang,
Yeah,
and then we ask them where the fuck Krenko is,
but how do they know where he is?
and then I grab him.
Yeah, but he's not with the Shadow Gang. He's a gangster.
I know, but the Shadow Gang are going to waiting to warn him. So if he's active, then they know where he is. Probably.
Can I, do I have it? Well, I used a lot of time getting back here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm gonna use a lot of time to get back, or before I go, leave the guild thing. You think what's the call
Yeah.
of something?
Rakdos.
Reckless. I'm gonna ask someone if they know where Krenko is.
No. But it's easy to find the Shadow Gangs. Just follow the explosions.
I'm
Be
really,
fair.
really much well aware of. But I need to speak with him.
Nobody seems to know where he is.
Why does no one know where he is? No one knows where he is. Oh, whatever. And I just leave, frustrated. Yeah, and I meet up with you there.
Right.
What are we gonna do, man?
You still have the two contacts
Mm-hmm.
from the dossier, Mr. Taz and the Is It Weapons inventor Faelish. And you have these explosions by Foundry Street that you invested.
Time's running out, friend.
Yep.
There's the is it thing from your guild guys.
And Mr. Taz was he was the ally to Krenko, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's go
but there's
find.
no information about Mr. Taz. It just says he's an ally.
Okay. Okay, let's head for the explosions then, and try and find the Shadow Gang.
Sure. We go there.
And if I help you with this shit, you better get me some fucking gold. 'Cause
Pretty sure there's not gonna
you
be
dragged us into demon warships, okay?
You know, stuff just tends to happen when I get involved in shit. And this is some of it, yeah. But this is not the worst I've been in. Don't worry. This is actually pretty decent. We're just gonna fight a war and We've got half a day to do that.
Okay, you are two characters.
We have half a day to win a wonder problem.
We got this.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm talking to us or the machine in your hand.
Talking to you.
Okay.
You can do it.
I'm just going to reduce the amount of goblins you encounter just to make sure that you don't.
It's fine.
I'm
we
sure we'll
I
survive.
actually just got like little bit of chance here.
Can I reduce the amount of goblins?
By the way, I'm gonna have to have you go in close.
Oh, something's wrong.
What's your AC? You got insane AC.
I got pretty decent AC.
You can tank shit.
Yeah.
Unless it's thorns and
Fine.
stuff while running.
Okay, we'll do it. Foundry Street. You make your way in the morning to Foundry Street. Morning of day 3. You have till noon of day 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Foundry Street is where a lot of the manufacturing happens in the 10th district.
Yeah.
Workers toil day and night to make goods that Ravnicans buy in the market and to supply the Boros Legion with armor and weapons using materials down from the 6th precinct where you were.
Watcher.
Goblins are common in this part of the city, and this area is Krenko's turf. But it is also here that war has erupted between the Shadow Gang and Krenko's gang.
We might actually find Krenko here.
Worst of all is that the did I say Boros Legion?
Yeah, I think.
Or did I say the Azorius?
How do you get? Can you get kicked out of the guild?
Probably.
Yes, you can.
I got a plan.
The Liev column, Azorius soldiers, have been dispatched and are currently investigating these explosions. Therefore, they've closed off a lot of the areas.
Hmm?
Hmm.
Shitguns nostalgic.
Yeah. At one point, you come to a warehouse that has been blown up, and it's been closed off by the Azorius, who are standing with their blue and white markings to ward off any interested parties. Meaning you can't really get close to the
Explosion site.
explosion site, at least not legally.
Well, should I go in there and take a look around?
Who was the guy who hired us again?
That was the what's this blue guy.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes.
who did he work for?
Yes, yes, yes.
What guild was he going?
Nobody asked.
But his connections to our guild, so my former guild. I'm part of a demon worshipping, torture loving guild, witches. We'll find a good. Because I don't really care. That's their business.
Right. So
I'm in for the
We
good.
are nearing the end of the story.
So I think
hours.
Troll is going to approach one of these. What guild is they there from?
Azorius.
Azorius.
You can have a magic card.
By the way, while we're getting there, I'm gonna say to you that we're probably not gonna go in there through this way.
We'll see.
It's an Azorius card.
Right.
There are these lawful goody-goody blue and white kind of guys.
Right, but he's Troll is going to go up to one of these. And, okay. So what happened there?
Nothing interesting. Move along. Azorius business.
Look, man, I can see the hole behind you. Okay, I'm from Essex. I'm here to investigate. What happened?
Roll a deception?
I'll actually help you. I'm gonna be like,
Deception.
yeah, we actually,
Deception.
we're coming here from the Grow clan and, whatever your clan is.
Deception or persuasion?
Persuasion. Not persuasion.
Alright, roll a persuasion.
Nat 20.
Credit.
Alright. He ignores the goblin behind you, and he goes.
I'm helping.
Oh, the Izzet has sent
Yeah, chemical composition, strategy, and so on.
Yeah, exactly. Izzet League.
Hvad du sagde med, vi ikke ville komme igennem den her vej.
Også bare crit den, og så igen.
Du kunne også bare crit den.
Is it det er fordi der er noget med ranks, og han kalder det bare en rank, he's a supervisor, director, advisor.
Hvad har du lige plus op til persuasion?
3.
23.
Professional.
3.
Så det var en god idé, hvis bare en af os havde en form for karisma.
-1. Pretty horrible. Persuading and intimidating.
Yes, of course. Finally, they've sent someone who can tell us more about these explosions.
Yeah, exactly. We investigators. We got this.
Is the goblin with you?
Yeah, he's my eyes.
It's usually an attendant or an assistant for the Izzet League.
Oh, he's my assistant.
And he just like,
Well, come with me.
Sure.
The Azorius leads you into the explosion site and says we haven't been able to determine what kind of explosives they're using.
No.
So
Doesn't matter. You're contaminating the crime scene. Need to have you to leave.
We're pretty curious as to finding the manufacturer of these explosives. We have some pretty good leads that it might be the Shadow Gang or Krenko, one of the two that made these. And we're really interested in finding them, getting in there, figuring out their secrets and getting out again. Do you guys have any idea where they might be holding up?
no, but we're arresting anyone who have any allegiance with the Shadow Gang or with Krenko's gang. And Krenko is still at large, and they're still.
Do you have
Still
someone from Krenko's gang that we might take a little bit of talking to?
Possibly, but shouldn't you determine what kind of explosives have been used here first?
Yeah, of course. Can I just look at the explosion?
Can you roll an investigation with advantage? He's going to.
Sure.
Maybe he's not going to. Maybe he's not going to help you. Hvad var det første du kunne?
4.
Plus.
Med advantage, ikke?
Nej, 4 plus minus 1, så 3. He's not helping.
Nej,
He's
investigation.
really bad.
Nej, investigation, ikke? Plus 3.
No, plus 3. That is
Yeah,
actually, he's still bad. He does not know anything. He can't help you. So it's an investigation without advantage.
Without advantage.
Yes.
Faces. Så, 10.
Right. Roll deception check.
Yeah, this is probably.
Can I help you do the deception?
Sure. Roll deception. Who has what pluses on deception?
I do.
You do. 10.
Alright. Do you get advantage on your deception check? Well, you go in, you start investigating the area, and you have no idea what you're looking at, but you fake it. You come up with a story that the Azorius.
This is some
I'm
real advanced stuff. I really need to find.
So yeah, it's pretty much CSI, and I'm like, oh look it, there's actually something here, which and you're like, oh yeah, that's true.
Yes, this indeed blew up.
And you have no idea what you're talking about, but you convince the Azorius.
I'm pretty sure that it's this, like,
And he completely believes you, and he also believes that in order for you to determine any further information, you need an audience with some of these goblins from Krenko's gangs that they've arrested. Alright, well then we'll skip this part and we'll go to this other part.
we're not really good at investigating, but really good at bullshit.
He takes you to a prison where they've captured some of these goblins, and into this stone room with a table and a chair. So you have bad cop, and he brings in the goblin and lets you interrogate this goblin.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is punch him awake.
All right.
And I'm gonna say, good morning, sunshine.
All right.
All right.
Roll a intimidation.
And I'm helping.
With the
Roll an intimidation.
No. 2.
Roll a normal intimidation.
Yeah, that's fine. 14.
Can you try and roll a persuasion check?
Me?
Yeah.
15 minus 1. 14.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion check again. 17.
Okay, interesting.
Alright, listen now, helpmate. We gotta find your boss. If you help us, we can get you out of here.
Make sure you don't
If
die.
you don't, I'll break both your knees. How's that sound?
I'll talk!
Thanks.
Please don't hurt me!
Not just a little bit hurt you, yes?
No.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Krenko.
Krenko is hiding out in one of the warehouses down by Foundry Ship.
Okay, how many people does he have?
He tells you the amount of people he has.
Bare pumper ham for al den information, vi kan få.
Yeah. Tactical layout, weaknesses and defenses, stuff like that.
Holy shit.
Are we walking into an army here?
Probably.
And Krenko is like challenge rating 16. Well,
He has a number of goblins in the warehouse, and more have arrived yesterday.
so that's bad.
So it's at least half a dozen.
Alright.
Should
These explosions that have been running around, do you know if those explosives are still at the base?
The explosives are the Shadow Gang brothers who are attacking us.
True.
Okay. And do you know where the base of the Shadow Gang are?
It doesn't matter, because the Shadow Gang brothers aren't there. They're out hunting Krenko.
So we're not gonna find them. We're just gonna.
What's we're gonna do? We're gonna talk to one of the guys they have from the Shadow Gang. Find out where the Shadow Brothers are. Talk to them, convince them to give us some support, some backup, and some explosives.
Why not just get Krenko?
And then get their aid in finding Krenko, so we don't go in there alone.
Oh.
Because we know where his base is now.
But what about the sure guys? The thingies.
You mean the guards?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
We can
But
use
we-
them as distractions,
Yeah, probably.
right?
Okay, what we're gonna tell them is that this Krenko guy couldn't give us what we needed, so we're gonna talk to the Shadow Gang guy. And we're gonna get him to tell us where the Shadow Gang are holed up. They're gonna make a little deal with the Shadow Gang, because they want Krenko gone too. So we get the Shadow Gang, get some explosives and some goblins to help us, then we fuck up Krenko's gang, get Krenko, get paid, and get out.
Okay. By the way, I'm just gonna. This guy, by the way, if you talk, we're gonna hunt you down and cut off your balls.
How can I talk? I'm in the Azorius' custody.
That's actually really true, and you're possibly gonna die a horrible death soon, so. Sorry about that.
Alright.
Anyway, should we go?
You've been very helpful, thank you. And Glamkin, så gå derfra.
Ja, vi går hen til en garden og siger til ham, well, this guy is totally a villain, and he's horrible human being and should definitely die
He
as
said some
quickly as
horrible
possible.
thing about your mothers.
Yes, especially the
We need
mothers.
to talk to some of the Shadow Gang guys now. Apparently it wasn't Krenko's gang who made the explosives, it was the Shadow Gangs.
Well, you're given an audience with a Shadow Gang goblin
Excellent.
that's been arrested.
Okay, buddy, here's the deal. We want to find your friends, and we want to help them.
Why would you want to help my friends?
Because they can
Here's
help
the
us
thing.
too.
We got a deal on finding Krenko. Pretty nifty sum. And we know that the Shadow Gang want him gone too. You're in an active war with him right now. So we're gonna try and find your people with your help. And if you help us, we'll get you out of here too. Okay? Gonna get some of your people, get some of your explosives, and we know, because we just talked to another guy, we know exactly where Krenko is.
That's a good plan, though.
So with our help, your gang can finish this within a couple of hours. Does that sound like a deal?
Pull in persuasion.
It's a really good deal. 7.
Pull in persuasion.
Advantage?
Nej.
Nej, okay. Kom så, 14. Or if you don't, we can just break your kneecaps.
I'll cut his throat. I don't really care.
Those guys out there don't care.
I don't care about shit.
He doesn't really believe you. That's the issue. He goes, this is all just a trick.
Look, man, we're the best chance you have of walking out of here with your body intact. You want to take it on that?
Get me out, and I'll
Escort us.
lead you to the Shadow Gang.
It's just gonna be you and the 2 of us. So it's 3 people. So
Okay.
We're not really a threat to you.
We're gonna go out and talk to the guards briefly, then we're gonna get back to this guy, okay?
Right.
I have an idea.
Cool.
Okay. We're gonna go out and talk to the guards.
Yeah, we gotta be like, well, we have to use this guy to get this whole war thing stopped before the world ends.
Yeah. We have a plan. We're gonna get this guy to lead us to the Shadow Gang. Because we know now from the other guy where Krenko is, he spelled it. We're gonna get the Shadow Gang's help to get Krenko and take him out. Alive, mind you. And we're gonna tell you guys where the Shadow Gang hold up. Then you can move in with the Boros Legion and take out both gangs. But we're gonna need this guy to help us first.
Roll persuasion.
I'm gonna be like, yeah! That's totally true! Oh, minus 10!
Advantage.
Yes! Spot on. Comes up! 17.
17. Alright. He says, alright.
There goes somehow toward the middle.
The bullshit is just keep going. These guys are like, yeah, okay,
That's bullshit.
These guys are so stupid.
We'll inform the Boros, and
Alright.
actually we don't need to inform the Boros. We will take care of this ourselves.
Okay,
But you can take the goblin and
take one or two of you guys, get them to follow us. Pretty good pace, just general idea of where we are.
and then we'll
Just keep out of sight, please.
and then as soon as he leads you to the Shadow Gang,
They're gonna lead us.
We're gonna need to talk to the Shadow Gang guys, just whoever's the highest ranking present.
to find out where Krenko is.
Exactly.
And then
Okay, the plan is,
we can tell them.
we get this Shadow Gang guy,
Right.
get him to take us to his leaders,
Yes.
with the guards following us without getting seen. We're gonna try and make a deal with the leaders, getting some goblins to help us, getting some explosives. Then we're gonna lead them to Krenko's hideout so they can help us take out his gang and Krenko himself. And then we can take Krenko and get him to jail. And after that happens, the guards who are shouting us can take out the Shadow Gang.
I smell a win-win condition here.
Everyone wins except the gangs,
Alright.
and mostly us.
Alright.
I got the most to lose here. I should be losing this, but okay.
Yeah, that's what you get for making deals with the devil. Literally.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Making deals with gods is way worse.
A paladin has an employer. A warlock has a sugar daddy.
True.
Sugar
daddy. That's why I play Warlock.
Warlocks er en karaktermæssigt virkelig fantastisk klasse, men rent mekanisk er de bare ikke særlig gode, og det er ærgerligt.
De er fucking det er dårlige. Det er helt vildt. Ja, altså, de er okay indtil den 10. Og så stater de sådan her.
I cannot believe all those saves actually worked out.
Ja.
Kan I godt prøve på toilet, så kan man spille en 2 minutter?
Ja, det er fint. Så finder jeg lige...
Jeg tror faktisk også lige, at jeg tager imod det. Så kan du lige lave det rigtig, rigtig godt.
Så laver vi lige den sidste kamp færdig, og så spiller vi det, og så er vi færdige med en halv time.
Yes!
And to our stream. I'll check the chat and everything. Eller jeg tjekker lige chatten og det hele, men det går virkelig skidt for dem. Den der Rakdos cultist har løjet over for dem. Kunne godt have vist dem, hvor Krenko boede. Eller de kunne selv have tracked, hvor de her Rakdos var på vej hen. Det gjorde de jo heller ikke. Og alle de her gobliner, de lyver også. Så de har ingen interesse i at hjælpe dem. Så de bliver røveren fra alle sider. Men de klarer alle deres løgner mod The Azorius. Men som det er nu, så får de ikke fanget Krenko. Så taber de faktisk eventyr. Men sådan er det. Man kan godt overleve og stadig tabe i rollespil. Så det skal nok blive interessant. Hvordan de håndterer det, når de får at vide, at Krenko er sluppet fri fra dem. Jeg kan se, at vores stream inde på Facebook er stoppet. Det er jo ikke så godt. Nå, jeg kan se, at Rangård er med os. Hej Rangård, hej Leina. Scripted. Altså, eventyr er skrevet på forhånd, men jeg må godt nok indrømme, at de har gjort mange ting off-book. Og jeg har faktisk haft lidt svært ved, at især fordi det er en verden, jeg ikke er 100% bekendt med, så jeg har haft lidt svært ved at følge improv og følge med. Men jeg har en historie, og nu fortæller jeg den færdig, og det ender med, at de taber det her eventyr, som det er skrevet. Og ja, sådan er det jo. Så må vi se, hvordan de tager det. Nu må jeg lige se, om jeg kan få vores stream på Facebook til at virke igen. Hvad er det for en, der er på Facebook? Den her? Nej. Det er den her, der er på Facebook. Hvorfor er den stoppet? Er det fordi den har været for lang måske? Jeg holder lige en tissepause, og så slutter vi af, og så stopper vi, og så starter vi igen op klokken 8 i aften. Hvor vi spiller det samme spil igen med forhåbentlig nogle andre spillere, og ellers i hvert fald med nogle andre karakterer. Måske. Nu må vi se. Det kan også godt være, at vi bare winger videre.
Kan jeg tage en smule?
Ja. Ja, du tager den.
Ja, tak.
Tror jeg nok er sådan det bedste række deception og persuasion route, jeg nogensinde har lavet. Hvor spørger min stol? Inget.
De har taget den. Så du får en ny. Det vil ikke gå heller nu, udenom.
Ja, fair enough.
Jeg ser, hvor streaming på Facebook er stoppet. Jeg ved ikke helt hvorfor. Men nu har jeg startet den igen.
Mystisk.
Det kan godt være, at den har en vis længde, og så kan man ikke streame.
Ej, det kan være, hvis den er over 3 timer og sådan noget, så...
Ja. Så vi er live igen til afslutningen. Vi bruger lige en halv time på at slutte af, og så holder vi lige en aftensmadspause og anden pause osv. Så starter vi et nyt spil kl. 8. Forhåbentlig bliver det samme spil med andre spillere. Jeg kommer til at spille med igen.
Became a demon worshipping dwarf.
Og det kan måske være, at du ikke sådan behøver bare at smide eventyret ud.
What about this shit? Fuck it.
Vi får nok lov til at spille med de samme karakterer, hvis vi prøver igen.
Ja.
Men vi ændrer din karakter til, at du er Cult of Rakdos i stedet for Gruul. Det er godt.
Hvis vi får lov til at spille som level 3, kan jeg arbejde med det.
Får lov til at spille det som level 2. Det tager vi altid.
Rogue level 2.
Fordi nu går det virkelig galt.
Okay, let's do this. We're triple crossing.
Oh, by the way, we have to survive this to get to level 2, by the way.
Okay, så fortæl mig, hvad er planen her? Hvad er
Planen er...
Vi har den her fyr fra The Shadow Gang.
Ja.
Og vi har de her guards fra...
The Azorius.
Azorius, okay. Så vi har nogle Azorius folk til at skygge os. Holde øje med, hvor vi er her.
Ja.
Så vi har den her Shadow Gang-fyren til at følge os til hans ledere, løjtnant og sådan noget. Det kan godt være, at vi skal snakke med selv Shadow Gang-brødrene, men hvem der nogle gange har styr på dem lige for tiden.
Ja.
Vi vil tilbyde dem at fortælle dem, hvor er Krenko, hvor mange folk har han, al den information fik fra ham den anden fyr.
Ja.
Til gengæld for, at de giver os nogle folk og nogle eksplosiver, og hjælper os med at tage deres sted. Fordi vi giver dem nemlig muligheden for, at de kan fjerne Krenko på ingen tid.
Ja.
Til gengæld så skal vi bare have fingrene i Krenko, for vi skal nemlig bruge ham.
Ja.
Når vi så har fået afleveret Krenko i fængslet, og Krenkos gang er blevet udryddet, så kan vi fortælle Azorius, hey, Shadow Gang er derovre! Og så kan de få lov til at gøre, hvad de nogle gange gerne vil med dem.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell the demons to fuck off.
Ja. Og så vinder vi vores 100 gældpenge. Vi har bragt noget mere fred til distriktet. Azorius kommer på vores gode side. Og it's just, a general win-win for us.
I'm gonna leave the next guild. I'm gonna leave the guild again. Because that worked.
Du bliver guiltless.
Ja, så længe så længe vi bare kan overtale Shattergang til at komme og hjælpe os, så er vi good to go. Fordi altså, hvis 2 mand, ikke så godt. Altså, selv mod 6 gobliner. Men hvis vi lige pludselig får en hånd af 5-6 flere gobliner til at hjælpe os, så er oddsene væsentligt bedre i vores favor.
Alright.
Ja. Jeg har godt lige testet
Har du
det.
til noget tape eller sådan?
Ja, men det er ikke så vigtigt. Jeg var bare lige for at holde det her godt. Jeg har overvejet at tage den, men da jeg stod med den, kunne jeg godt se, at det er nok bedre bare at gøre sådan her. Og firkanterne er desværre heller ikke den rigtige størrelse. Men det er sådan, jeg har printet det, så det er sådan, det bliver. Det er fordi kortet er ikke lavet til, at man printer det på den måde. Men det vil jeg gerne gøre.
Ja, okay,
nu gør vi sådan her. Så er det også
jeg synes faktisk, det virker meget fint. Det er meget rimelig god der på den side.
Nå.
Så er det her Shattergang eller Krenko side?
The Shattergang goblin that you found leads you to a warehouse. You know that the Azorius are shadowing you from a distance. Yeah. And the Shattergang goblin leads you to this warehouse and leads you into this warehouse. So we have the Shattergang goblin here, leads you in, and then we have you guys, and outside are the Azorius.
Where am I?
This one big. I am gonna be behind you here.
Now, the thing is, you have failed the adventure. Because, and this is the funny part, you're really good at bullshitting other people. But other people are really good at bullshitting you. Almost every NPC you've met have bullshitted you, have lied to you without you noticing.
Oh well.
And so has this Shattergang guy. He has not brought you to find Krenko, he's brought you into a trap.
No, we wanted him to lead us to the Shattergang.
No, he has.
Oh.
But it's a trap.
Oh.
Because they have no intention of helping you. Actually, they've attacked Krenko, and one of the explosions blew up his warehouse and disbanded his whole group, tribe, whatever, and they all fled throughout the city, and Krenko has gotten away as well. The Shattergang know they've already won. He also knew they'd already won. And he brings you here because he knows that if he brings you here, he will get help from his Shattergang people. So as soon as you walk in, you walk into a trap. And all these Shattergang people goblins who suddenly show up to capture you and to maybe even kill you, kind of end up in a big uproar because the Azorius who are shadowing you notice that this is just going football.
Something's wrong. Okay.
So they charge into the warehouse,
oh God.
And there's a big fight that erupts between the goblins and the Shattergang.
No,
And
I mean the Sorø and the goblins.
The Azorius and the Shattergang.
Okay. Oh well.
At
This is almost perfect.
At the same time, the Shattergang and the Krenko's remaining goblins are also fighting in the street against the Azorius and the Boros Legion, who also move into the area.
Oh, great one.
There are several more explosions, and for you to survive all this fight, you are going to have to kill 2 goblins.
Why?
One of them is the one that led you here, and the other one who is on the catwalk.
Oh, by the way, he doesn't have weapons.
Some of the goblins give him weapons.
Okay.
And if you can survive a fight against these 2 goblins, which shouldn't be too difficult, then you will also be able to make it out of this whole conflict that erupts in the warehouse and out in the street and all the way around you. So you end up starting arrive to a warehouse, looks all good, come in, your plan, it's gonna work, all hell breaks loose. And you end up in a fight between gangs and with 2 other guilds, and you are representing 2 guilds, you're actually representing almost two different guilds. It goes completely football.
Yeah, which is perfect for Gruul plan.
So you can survive the game and still gain a level without actually succeeding at the adventure. So that's
another way to play Dungeons & Dragons. Just
initiative.
don't do anything.
That's the beauty of D&D. You can still.
I just want to mash it up.
No!
You can smash them
It's
all
up,
if
it's
you
up.
want. Alright.
11.
13.
Og 11.
So Trovic and Rocks and the goblins roll a. Oh, they roll high. How many pluses do they have?
Plus everything. Stand going.
I don't know where I loaded for goblins. I found them and then closed the book.
Oh, the goblins as well, right?
Yeah.
That sucks.
They're guildless goblins.
Then I can't use...
You should join them. You'd fit right in.
Yeah, I'm just like... Yeah!
Let's stop fighting the
I
Sorø
will
and go.
mash you.
Yeah, I gotta know that, so pretty like... Yeah, you're bigger than me and I'm gonna fight you. Even though we're 3-1.
Get down here, you big bugger!
Just...
So yeah, the goblins, as you come into the warehouse and goblins emerge from everywhere, and you guys are confident in your plan until the goblin here, he gets some weapons and he tells you we're not going to lead you to Krenko. Krenko has already escaped, but you helped me escape from prison, and now I'll make sure that you will never escape from this warehouse. At that moment, the Azorius come charging into the warehouse. There's an explosion outside. The Azorius yell, "You're under arrest!" And you can hear another one goes, "Lieutenant, the boars are moving into the area. The Shadow Gang are fighting Krenko's people." And the lieutenant is trying to direct some of his men outside, some of the men inside. All the goblins inside start to attack, and these 2 goblins attack you 2. The one that you've been bringing along has a scimitar that he attacks you with. What's your armor class?
At the moment, 19.
You have a shield? He swings his sword and you're quick to react, raising your shield, and he hits your shield. The other one on the right
up, boy.
What the?
shoots at you. What's your armor class?
14.
And he misses you. It hits a crate right next to you. And imagine that there's a lot of more people in here fighting. A lot of Azorius and goblins in here fighting. And Azorius, boars, goblins, and goblins fighting outside as well. And explosions in the district. As war erupts in Precinct 4.
Beautiful.
It is Trovic. What do you do?
Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm pissed.
Destroy him.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Trump is going to let out a roar as he swings, and he just picks up his warhammer, like he almost like breaks the sheath that it's in, just ripping it off his hip and breaking it down to the head of this poor goblin in front of him.
Hit him.
Hit him at hitting an AC of 17.
You hit him. Right in the head.
And fucking mashing the fucker and giving him 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. You bash his head, blood spatters. The goblin's still alive. You see he's completely crushed. His one eyeball is hanging on. He's just
And then,
like,
as a bonus action, he's going to just gore him on his horns.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah, that's a 21.
Your horn goes through the goblin.
Yeah, that's
So the goblin will just hit your shield, gets knocked in his head, it cracks open his skull, blood everywhere, one of his eyes hanging, and goes, ooh, and suddenly you gore him, and he's just swinging up on, you have a goblin on the horse. He's dead.
That's fine.
How about rocks?
I want a matching set!
I just watched this gore happening right in front of me. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. What the hell is going on?
Arrow shooting next to you, and that's charging past you.
Shit, man. And I'm like, fuck.
And then an explosion outside, which shakes the entire warehouse.
I'm gonna run to cover. Usually
there behind a crate, and I'm gonna peek out and just at the guy up at the. Is that up, right? The cat on the catwalk, yeah.
Up on the catwalk, yeah.
I'm gonna be fuck this, man. 13 plus 5 is 18.
You hit?
I hit him. I'm gonna deal the 3 plus 3. That's 6 damage.
6 damage. He gets hit. He's severely wounded, but he's still alive. And he tries to shoot back at you.
No. I'm not done. I'm gonna use my I'm gonna hide as a bonus action.
He has to find you first.
Jumping down beneath the crates.
18 plus 7, 25.
He can't find you.
I'm fucking gone.
He decides to disengage. And
He doesn't need to disengage. No one's immediately combat with him.
Yeah, that's true.
He's gonna disengage from nothing.
Escape. He wants to do a nimble escape. What's his?
But you can't do a nipple escape. That's just he's gonna hide then.
He's going to get over here. Oh, he can actually dash because he can hide as a bonus action.
No, he doesn't. He can't. Because he doesn't. Well, it depends on his class.
You fucking.
So you see the goblin who's wounded, he's got an arrow through his stomach. He runs out of the warehouse and hides outside.
Okay, let's see. We can't see him from here, right?
No.
Okay.
Can I get up there?
You can run after him up here and then out, or you can try and catch him this way, or maybe the other way, depending.
Actually, I'm just
The
gonna.
wall is made of wood, right?
Yeah.
Can you go
Fuck
Yeah. As I'm assuming it's like a pretty old warehouse, probably rotten and some shit like
Pretty
that.
sure you're gonna try to some kind of check to get through the wall.
I mean, probably athletics or some shit. But yeah.
I'm wondering if the adventure actually mentions anything about dashing through the walls.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Fuck this warehouse. We're out of here.
That's not really. The stairs are in really bad shape.
Oh, I know what the story is. We're not gonna catch Krenko, but in the next game we might be trying to catch him again.
Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna bash some goddamn goblins.
Isn't it in this book? I think you have to do an attack first to see if you deal enough damage, and then deal damage to see if you get through. It is written on page.
There's actually fucking rules for going through walls.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, probably.
Dungeons and Dragons, man. Dungeons and Dragons. You can't do that in World of Warcraft.
So roll an attack.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to. You just have to hit it right.
Basically,
So
just gonna like.
Bull rushing through
Yeah.
the fucking thing.
Literally bull rush, like going out through here.
Mhm.
Then I guess he's going in, with his horns just
Oh,
breaking the shit. And hitting 21.
Alright, deal damage.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's 5 damage just to break through the wall.
Here we go. Hit points.
38 damage. 38 should actually be cool. You just run into the wall.
Oh, it is a fragile, thin-walled
Warehouse. And you're a big fucking bull.
Big fucking Minotaur just going
How much
forward.
did you? 5 damage?
Yeah.
5 damage would actually be enough to even break through a lock.
Holy shit.
Or strong enough to bash through a fragile cart and just destroy it. So sure,
So go
you go through.
and
you end
going up there is the intention.
Alright, do a perception check.
A perception check.
Please.
Okay.
He's trying to.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that doesn't matter because I get a 20.
Natural 20?
Nope, just a 20.
Oh, he's a goblin. He's good at hiding. You come bashing through here. You've seen him come out the door, but as you are outside there, you can't see where he is.
Fucking really? On a 20?
Yeah, man.
You're looking right left. I know exactly what he is. Where is it going?
Wait, he can't have taken a hide action because he already dashed.
He uses move to move, and then his action to dash, and then his bonus action to hide because he's a goblin. Goblins are hiding little cowards.
Where the hell is he hiding though?
I'll figure it out.
He hasn't gone very far. You've seen him just go. You saw him run towards the door. You started charging as he ran towards the door. He came out of the door at the same time as you bashed through the wall. And then
He's like in a box behind, next to us.
Something like that.
I'm
Gonna take out the mole and swing and break the boxes around me.
Rox, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go the same, and I'm gonna try and see if I can see him.
So you move action here,
Yeah.
and then an action to dash,
Yeah.
and then a perception.
Yeah. Exactly.
So then you can tell your friend where he is.
I'm just like Kool-Aid man through the wall.
I'm not gonna see him. That's an 11.
Mm.
No, 15.
No, you won't see him.
I won't see him. But I'm still stealth, by the way. 25 stealth.
Come on.
I'm just kind of hiding behind you.
Well, you stand there, and your friend, the goblin, comes running out behind you. You're standing there looking, and suddenly the goblin, he was hiding. He was hiding up against the wall between the boxes.
Really? So wait, didn't I, discover him when I broke the boxes?
You didn't get to break the boxes yet.
But I hadn't used my action.
Didn't you use your action to get through the...
No, that's just going through action.
You
Yeah,
broke
but
the box, but he wasn't inside the boxes. But what he does is, as you break them, you see you break the boxes. He jumps out from the wreckage that comes flying. He tries to stab you with his sword, and then he disengages and tries to run down here to get away. It's your turn.
Excellent. Yeah, okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. I'm gonna run the fuck after him. this great fucking mole letting out a roar and see how fires...
With a goblin dangling on one of your
Fire
It's just like that, like
fire
looking at him.
sparks on the head of this mole that I'm going with. And just fucking rushing it after him. Getting an AC of 17.
You hit him?
Excellent.
He has 2 hit points left.
I'm gonna need some more D6s.
Because he still has his arrow in his
Okay.
stomach and he's running with it. Ah!
No, it's fine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just need 3. Yeah, so that's
That's more than 2.
that's 12 damage.
So he's at minus 10.
He's at minus 10, that's...
You crush him up against the wall.
Probably just breaking through the wall again with more.
Just get splattered all over the place.
And you both end up in a very good position where you are outside of the warehouse. You're away from the fighting, and you manage to get away without casualty.
Just
Come
picking
on,
off
and
that
kill-
goblin.
Can we help the guards?
Yeah, if you want, you can kill some more goblins while you leave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, kill 'em.
unfortunately,
Stop.
Krenko has gotten away.
What we get?